Cool. So, from when we last left our adventuring party, you all were still traveling through the Red Band Ruffians' hideout underneath this mansion house in the town of Fandlebar. You had made it down to this bottom basement area where you encountered some bugbears that were telling a goblin to lick the floor. You convinced the bugbears that you weren't their friends and you were their enemies, at which point they attacked you. And you promptly killed them. It did take some work, and some people did go down a couple of times, but thanks to some healers in the group, you managed to get through it. And then you made yourselves a little goblin ally who only wants to no longer lick the floor and wants to get out of this place as soon as possible. But you convinced him to scout ahead for you, at which point he went into a room, told you there were two sleeping guys, and you promptly, well, one of you promptly assassinated him. Yeah, the other one did somewhat of a messy job with it, but eventually killed them.
What?
And got through to them. Right after you finished killing them, you did, however, notice what looked to be a rat-type creature move through these doors there. Yeah. Then you all argued and investigated through the room. I believe you took a short rest for those of you that were hurt. You may spend your hit dice. So you see where it says hit dice, 2d something. You may roll that die, and it will tell you, and that's how much health you can add back to your health. So if you are down, you need to roll either, you only get 2 per long rest. So you can roll 1d10 or 1d6, whatever it says there, to get some health back.
Is it down?
D10? You don't got one. I got plenty. I use them when I play Twilight.
I don't have dice at all, so I'm
boy!
Looks like you get to share then.
Yeah.
Alright.
I want to be rolling here, basically.
You guys have dice down there?
Okay.
You two can share a d20. You guys have dice. You all can share a d20. And then you will have to sparsely around use the different weapon die. Cool. D20 is all you really need. So, you guys noticed that. You got your health back after you rested for a short while. What do y'all want to do?
Wait, so we're in that room.
What is the goblin saying?
Give you a quick. So you all have investigated the room. You looked at things. Some information you did glean from this room. You did realize that some of you looked for like different rat things. You realized there was probably only one entity that was within this room. And looking around other things, it looks to be a common room. It looks to be where these ruffians meet and relax and kind of, shake off the day of extorting people and beating up peasants. Yeah, they're fine folks.
Sounds like fun.
So, what would you all like to do? Would you like to go through the doors? Would you like to retreat and say, screw this, we want to go gallivant in the forest and kill boars? Would you like to...
Sorry, can I ask a question? What in the world is gallivant?
Gallivant? Just means kind of going around, like, looking for things to do.
You must be on a slow day today.
Yes.
He was.
Not anymore.
I won't get sleeping even I know what that meant.
Big Bird, ain't what you think about this the minute you get out of high school?
Yeah, that's the
I said we keep going forward. It was on temple. You just left it there.
Goblin?
You left it there for a good while too.
Can we
He's
ask
kind of
him?
cowering in the corner, just kind of minding his own business.
Can we ask him if you don't say anything about rats in the place? Or
You recall that you asked him that before, and what he said was that there are like rats that in there, but what he probably saw was what is known as Glassstaff's gatekeeper, and he calls him the gatekeeping rat. He's kind of looking
I actually found it on the ground inside the plastic. So it's good, it's fine.
I'm not giving you any more suggestions.
we should probably go on because killing 3 bugbears. I don't know. I feel we should turn around and walk out now.
Just restore my annoyed.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
So what are you guys gonna do? There's 8 people. Surely someone can come to a decision as to what y'all are gonna do.
Keep going.
Who wants to go somewhere?
Keep going.
I like keep going. Just I'm not gonna be the first one to go.
So we go.
So who wants to keep going?
Everybody.
So I'm not leaving until
Keep
Tuesday.
going.
You don't even until Tuesday? Cool. You playing now. So, on the way.
So who's going through that door?
What's up? Arts. There you go.
Artist, you going first?
I'm always going first.
Put the piece on the board.
Just don't. You don't.
I got you.
He does not go first.
I'm expendable. I always go first. Exactly. Of course. So you don't have to.
He goes first and then dies.
Cause you're a skeleton.
This is fine. I mean,
Like one of Frieza's scouters.
I paid that for earlier.
I don't think skeletons die though.
Exactly.
Right. You can literally try and sword a skeleton.
Eat it. Okay.
Because it's right there.
So Artix,
No.
You just put like the standing parable bunch of words.
you go through.
Oh, we don't have
You
to
open up
read
those two doors and you make an immediate perception check.
Don't look at me. I'm gonna get the doctor.
You guys are.
Figure?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
So it's
Where do I
short.
buy those from?
You can buy them from anywhere, Walmart.
It's not inevitable.
See, they do have it.
Not sponsored. I got mine from Walmart.
Damn.
Bro, you're not being sponsored. You sure do advertising.
Your perception.
Right? I don't get that. Listen, it's like
I'm gonna start putting you in my YouTube videos.
You're lost.
Oh, perception. Oh, thank you.
11. So you enter and you go through this room, and immediately you see, like, right as you walk in, you see a table that's laid out, and there's like different bubblings and different alchemical like bottles and substances kind of just strewn about there. So like little random knickknacks and things of that nature. Right as you looked up, you did see like a quivering of some sort of creature over in the left corner, and you do draw it out here for you.
So the science from.
the drug dealer. It was so.
I mean,
Another door there. So you come in and you see like this table that's here that has all kinds of bottles and beakers and things of that nature. And you see like bookshelves kind of lining the walls. You see something kind of quiver and cower over there. And then you see what looks to be like a suit of armor that's kind of over in the corner there as well.
Now, is that this man with some science?
Yeah.
no, it's too crowded. You can't even get out. Just kill yourself.
What you gonna do, man?
What you gonna do?
You gotta put the armor before you get choked.
Okay, first of all, I need to alert everybody to whatever it was to the left.
With the bubbles. What bubbles?
The man in the corner.
To the left.
Oh man, trapped in a closet.
Trapped in the closet.
All right, so you hear Artix. He turns around, and kind of goes, "Hey guys, the room's empty, but there's something up here in the left. Does someone want to go check it out?"
Is it really dark?
Is the room dark? That's the question.
No, it is lit. There's torches that are lit around the edges, so you're able to see if you need to. All right, so
Man, Connor.
Connor, you walk in,
It's an
Go up over
it's
here,
empty from
and
Sorry, you went away from yourself.
It's empty.
it's all good.
Quote unquote.
You notice. Make a perception check.
That's
4. 4.
Oh
Less.
Lord.
Just four.
So just 4.
Just four.
So you look over there, and you see what looks to be like a pile of refuse that's over there, but you don't see any creature in it. So you're slightly confused as to what he was talking about.
You're not gonna do this thing.
You wanna do it, brother? You still on you?
I'm gonna assassinate.
I can't see shit.
Aaron, all right, Aaron. Before you stay in here, it's too. You can't play. Like it's already full of people, so you can't be in here.
All right, who took my character though? Dang, Aaron.
Jalen,
This one.
but
Can you
weren't
see?
But you weren't here.
I can see him.
Kinda like, it kind of look like the Cyclops.
He has to wear like something over his eyes because they're But you can't be in here since you're not playing. So
Yes.
Sorry, I cannot handle more than 8 people.
we'll be out there soon.
I'll pay you.
Like an hour and a half.
I'll pay you.
You
better kill me. That's what's gotta happen. Aaron,
He's the
I
best
don't
player
die.
we got anyway. Bye bye.
I don't
Yeah,
die.
it's kind of cold because
Me?
gotta
To it, Aaron.
go.
Even I felt that.
Alright, so you don't notice anything kind of in this pile.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Alright. While they're doing this, does anybody else want to do anything else?
Insert.
Let's kind of go around.
Insert
So Aaron, are you
item.
doing anything?
He's not here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Aaron Theta, so you didn't do anything.
I mean, I might help Artix and Connor.
Okay. So you go in there, make a perception check.
Alright, what is
So roll a d20,
There you go.
and then add your perception skill, which is right to the left of your abilities. There you go.
Alright.
You got -1.
One.
Alright, so you guys notice Theodos, he just kind of walks in,
Hey, give me some.
and you look over and you
Give me
see
some. I did all my
this
thing.
like table of alchemical things, and you're just like, oh man, those things smell good, they look good. And so you were just completely like good tunnel vision looking at this thing. And so you go over and you're just looking amazed that like bubbles are coming out of beakers. Connor, what are you doing?
I'll walk. Aaron, I'm walking in.
Okay, make a perception check.
So you the
15.
15. So you walk in and you look over, and after them kind of alerting you there's something in this pile of refuse, you look over there and you do see what looks to be coming out of this is a long worm-like, looks like a tail
Stab it.
that's coming out of there.
Stab it.
Kill with fire.
I can't do that. Unfortunately. So,
You can tell when the people who
It looks like a worm, so it's like pinkish.
I can cut it.
Wait a minute.
Matt, are you doing anything? Or are you just like looking at
I'm
it?
passing on.
Okay, that's
I'm
nice.
passing
You
on.
gonna tell us what you want?
Ken, what are you doing?
I'll walk in as well.
Alright. Are you gonna look at anything in
Just retain
particular?
the knowledge to yourself. You don't tell anybody.
Or are you just walking in the room, just being like, hey guys, what's going on? Hey, yo.
I'll walk in the room and see if I see anything.
It's her turn.
So luckily,
Okay, so you walk in the room initially and you see the same thing. So you do see like the suit of armor that's over in the corner. You see all these bookshelves and baubles and things of that nature. And then you see like make a perception check.
Jesus. 20.
Natural?
Yeah.
Neat. So you come in with a discerning eye walking in here. After hearing some things, you're just like, all right, all these idiots don't know what they're looking at. I'm gonna walk in here, I'm gonna figure these things out. So you walk in and you look over and you look over in the corner and you see clearly the outline of a large rat that's over within this refuse pile, right? You look over onto like the table over there and you do see a couple of what looks to be potions that are secured in that look like they may be ready to be drunk or look ready to be used in some respect. You see a bunch of bookshelves. There is one bookshelf over here in this corner that you notice is a little bit more out than the other bookshelves. And because you're super perceptive in this, you notice that the suit of armor that's standing there, normally when armors are like displayed up, you know, they're displayed nice and up, but you notice that there's just some joints and things that seem to be out of place for what would be a display piece of armor. So are you sharing what you've picked up with the party?
Yes.
Because our assassin did it.
All right. So you all know, and so Cannon just shared with you all. They're like, all right, this thing's kind of out of whack. This armor's a little weird. There's the big rat over there. There's some potions that are looking cool over there. So with that knowledge, Ashlyn, what are you doing?
Get that armor. Cause you gonna need it. Because you a skeleton.
I'm gonna go check out the bookshelf.
Bookshelf?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you checking out in particular? He's looking at it.
Like why it might be like further out, I guess.
Like I mean, you just okay. So make an investigation check.
Alright, good. That's the room, guys.
Big fella. There you go. There you go.
Shut up.
There you go. 18.
18.
Plus.
Plus what? 1 and 19. Yeah.
19. Okay. So you look at that and you're looking at the shelf and like you notice that it's out a little more and that's weird. And you look down on the floor and you notice there's a bunch of scratch marks that kind of go in a semicircular pattern kind of around where this bookshelf is.
Secret entrance.
Possibly. So what was the name of your character again?
Tear.
Tear. So Tear, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go see if it opens.
Okay. So Ashley, I'm assuming you're sharing the information?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tara, you go over, you're gonna go check and see how it opens and make another investigation check. So this would be adding, I didn't put the numbers in there because we didn't have time. So your investigation skill is, it's in there somewhere. Right there. So it is just whatever the corresponding number is, which is intelligence. So it would be +1 for you. So you roll a d20 and add 1 to it. Just give the result of the check.
Oh my god.
So 2. So
It's horrible.
being a being who's used to being a soldier and a mercenary and a fighter, you're not about looking for secret things. You don't know what bookshelves are. You know how to fight and hit things. So you don't really like. You look at there, you're just like, you start like pulling a couple books off, like trying to figure it out, and you can't seem to find what you're looking for. What's your character's name?
Sylvan.
Sylvan. So Sylvan, what are you doing?
I'm probably just gonna walk in.
Okay.
I don't feel like doing anything
Okay.
in
We
particular.
don't have those days.
Be in here, don't we?
Yeah.
Stop touching your words.
I still hear the books.
Okay. So we'll go back over to Artix. Artix, what are you doing now?
Can I stab the rats?
You can do whatever you want.
Stabbing the rats.
Okay.
Should start a war.
I want to get with
Stab rat.
like
Stab rat.
1600 come outside.
you attack the big rat and like 16 big ones come at you.
Right.
Want some Dark Souls?
Pro-life, right?
I'm dying.
What did you roll to hit?
What do you swinging
An
at?
8.
What would that would you take on?
13.
Boy.
Roll damage.
Came 8 plus 5.
That's your curious age.
You know what? Fight me later. So 11.
11.
Yeah.
So you hear a squeal, and you hear on the other side of that door, what the? And you all roll initiative at this point.
Oh
You could have picked up the armor right here. You could
What
have.
did I say? What did I say? We're finna start a war. 14.
I rolled a
14.
13. Steal your die.
18.
Rolling today.
That or 9.
Who rolled 13? I see.
I got 14.
I got 18.
And he got 18.
I got it 12.
What number you say?
18.
Alright, man.
Hold on,
You
hold
said
on.
8. I'm finna kill you.
12.
What you roll? I swear.
A 4.
Oh no, I wrote that.
Hey, and for Cannon and Ashlyn, please move y'all up into the room as to where you were. Ashlyn, you were investigating the bookshelf, I believe. And Cannon, you just kind of walked in and saw a bunch of stuff, so put yourself somewhere in the
Yeah, I'm glad
middle.
I'm about to exit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you?
I'm not done.
I'm glad it
That's the
wasn't.
door.
That's the one I used to have.
Well, I'm the one posing with the shield, bro. That's
Man, so
What are you blocking? What's up
bring
there?
that up,
What's
Paul.
going on with you?
Jesus.
Halo?
Jeez.
Oh, because you going to hell? You blocking heaven's rays?
No, you can't. Because we will all die.
Make sure I get
You
you
cannot defeat ooze. Like you can defeat anything else. It doesn't work.
Yeah, you
Okay, it doesn't
say
work.
hell joke.
Try it. I don't hate you. You don't hate me. Okay. Oh.
Like that later.
Why my phone so
Even because
cold?
it just like separates. It's like good. I don't care.
That's bad
There's no such thing as just a little ooze.
Okay.
It's lost its
So-
Okay, what if it's like a
Ooh,
this
hey,
size?
you cold one.
I know, and thank you.
You right.
Trap our feet.
Oh, you too.
Now you know you right.
20 and 25. And we roll 20 and 25 on their initiative.
No,
Going once, going
no,
twice. All right,
Jesus.
15 to 20. What'd you
Oh,
roll?
I rolled
18.
18. And you're
Well,
Theatus,
16,
right?
18, you're right.
You're playing Theatus, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slow, remember?
17 over here.
17.
You were 6.
I was a 16.
16 for
Connor.
Connor, thank you. All right, 10 to 15.
14.
Can anybody beat 14?
Oh,
Okay, so Aaron at 14. All right, and but next one below 14.
12.
12,
She got a
Woman.
13.
13.
13.
I have nothing to drink. I just wait till it turn into water.
And then McKinn, and then Sylvan. All right, 10. That was 10 to 15, so 5 to 10.
7.
7. Anybody beat a 7?
9.
9. All right.
Wait to say it, dude. Like, man, I'm like,
See,
yeah, I got a higher number
If
than.
Aaron was actually here, he'd have been the lowest one.
No, he was on 20. He would have had the box.
You can't never stay where his.
Oh, you weren't here, bro. Oh, because he kept rolling and he knocked all the pieces over. And he made him roll in a box.
Right, he did a
He
strike.
rolled straight 20s.
It's not even rolling, right? He
He
literally
was never below 10.
I rolled it once in the box. No, didn't we all roll in the box and got high numbers?
yes.
I know,
It was
bro.
like
20.
that.
It was like, oh,
It wasn't the box of shame.
I rolled a 20. We don't need the box around here.
It was a box of crits. That's what
Mom, we need
They could have got that strike earlier in the look rest.
There. Neat. Okay, so you guys, right as you kill
Why she got her shoes off?
Artix, right as you kill that rat, you hear like a yelp come through here, and these doors open up.
Nobody sounds like that. It's like ow.
Do that scream that they be doing in movies with the minions and stuff.
Oh my god.
Coming out, you see a large, opening up that door,
Don't kick it out.
you see a large construct sort of
Had to
thing.
stab the rat,
So
didn't
basically it looks like a large robot that has wooden legs but steel all around it, and equipped with a shield and just a big fist, and right next to it you see the small wizardly looking thing there as well that has a staff looking at you, and he just yells. His staff is actually made fully of glass as well, which is pretty neat. And he looking, he goes, "Intruders, you killed my watcher rat.
Boy.
Why are you coming in here for this?"
Why?
And Theodos,
He speaks like me.
Just why?
you are up.
Why'd you come in?
Alright.
what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'm gonna attack the
armor
wizard.
first.
Great, a wizard versus a wizard. This is
Okay.
gonna be well.
Wait, did you just attack the wizard?
All right. So, what are you attacking with? What are you attacking with?
Boy, you better roll a straight 20.
I'll straight from break his
I
staff.
flipped the pig.
Since I like close quarters combat, I'm gonna use the dagger.
Okay, so you need to move up.
Why don't you get
So,
close to
First of all,
Theodos, you're this. So you're gonna
why do you have to
2, 3.
describe everything?
Alright, let's get it.
I'm going to doubt it, Aaron.
Get out the way.
What?
Hey, it's solid like
That's solid out here.
Chill. That's what you get. Nobody told you to
I'm
attack
glad
the
he
wizard.
missed.
We're gonna go for the big person.
0.
So,
Now see, any
what
RPG
did
ever
you
go for
roll?
the big person.
a 1
1.
plus
So,
5, 6.
You go up to try to attack, and this big guardian type thing is looking at you, and it kind of scares you, like, oh god, we shouldn't have run up here. So you're like, and you don't manage to connect with the
Then you get
wizard.
his head
No, he's
smashed
more
off.
like, let me think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack.
Okay. Artix, you're up.
No.
Can I yell? Let me hit you. Can I yell? Let me hit you before I do that.
Get the wizard for him, man.
Can I hit him with
He
my
already
staff
attacked,
as
man.
soon as he's finished?
Actually, should get Jason to. No, screw that. I gotta go for the robotic, whatever.
This never
Oh,
happened.
Shield
Yeah.
Yes.
What that called? What is it
Dumb
called?
fool.
No, one
Just
thing.
to,
so
Jedi
I'm not
mind
just describing, that is what you're hitting.
It's never happened.
The shield grain. That was.
See, I was gonna tell you to think of that thing.
That's your hitting. Alright, so roll to attack.
That character was awesome.
So we get in
He
front of
looked
him.
like
Protect me.
the man off of the Iron Giant.
Man, you made me have
But
it. Just kill me.
Close what? Close what?
Give me my dice. Give me the dice.
nah, you still ain't hit.
Die.
Do it matter?
So you go up, and you take your long sword, you hit into it, you
You
do the
swing
ring,
and miss.
and he doesn't even make a dent, not even a scratch
Like
into
you
the
said,
heavy
you're
metal
smacking
frame that is this
My
meeting.
foot ain't break.
Connor, you're up.
Sword breaks off.
You roll a one, you roll a one, just
I'm gonna move, help my friend.
My soul was destroyed.
Okay.
I'm going to attack with my.
I got hit with the raging demon. My soul was destroyed.
Okay.
Long sword style.
11.
you about to be an Aaron.
Yeah, I'm about to be there. I saved myself.
I'm not giving you the box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you roll on the floor.
Yeah.
11 plus.
16.
16 to hit,
Yes.
the big guy, that'll hit him.
Absolutely. And it'd be 8.
Mm-hmm.
4.
4 damage.
Oh, you don't get
Alright.
any
4
act?
plus.
Plus 4 plus what?
Oh, 4 plus 7.
There you go.
So what does that equal?
Equal 7.
No, 7.
Okay, so, okay, thank you. 7 total. Alright. So, goes up, taking this time you manage to like, get into the armor a little bit, knock off a little chip of the wood that's there.
I got it again.
Aaron, you You are up. So Aaron, just because you never played a rogue before, so you know one of the rogue's abilities that's really cool is called sneak attack. If you attack any enemy that is within 5 feet of one of your allies, you get to do an extra d6 damage because you're using a sneak attack. Or anytime you have advantage, so like if you're flanking them or something like
I'll
that.
buy you food if you help me.
So,
I'm not helping you.
and I'm letting you know, it's more difficult if you're going to shoot for you to shoot through allies.
So,
What? I thought you shoot me, bro.
I'll buy you food if you help me.
We will fall all the way.
So
I got
what are you
my own
doing?
way.
You can tell them to move. If you
I'll go ahead and move you since you're not
Yeah.
reaching all the way over the table. Where are you trying to go?
I'm helping my man. So, with
Oh, what's all?
So you move
the
to
big
corner.
guy.
Okay, so you're going to go around here and attack the big guy?
Take
Yeah.
eyes.
All right.
Let me hit
You
you.
want to have a whip
So you go out, he's got a rapier, so you pull out your rapier,
Yeah.
I'll flip the
make an
pig.
attack. And you do have advantage on this.
10 plus 5, 15.
15, roll again.
Let's go.
12
Hey,
plus.
go ahead. 7.
5, 17.
Okay, you have advantage because you're flanking with Theodis right here. So that's why you roll twice. So you take the higher of the two, which is 17, and that will hit. So roll the rapier damage, which I believe is a d8.
Yeah.
You should have in the thing there, in the cube.
Oh, I did not.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I say it on.
Can I hit this?
Yeah,
Wait, I'm missing one.
2.
2.
All right, and roll d6 as well.
This one.
Wouldn't it be the block?
Yep,
Oh, okay, there you go.
because that's your sneak attack damage, is 1d6. So 2, and you also get a bonus, I believe it's +3 on damage.
Yeah, what's your rapier?
3.
Eagle.
So that's 5 plus 3, so you did 8 points of damage to him.
Nice.
That's it.
That's pretty good. So you just come up and kind of stab through. You get a good chunk of it out of there.
Like
And
chunks.
now it is their turn. Oh boy.
Lifesaver, man.
Time for the DM to have some fun.
Oh boy, oh no.
Oh, wait. That man was like,
Oh man, oh
boy.
man.
Here we go.
Not
Not
again.
again.
Kevin Hart.
Alright.
Whoa, y'all need
He's
to
dying first.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up like Xavier last week.
Alright.
Or me every other week before that.
Cool.
No, I think I only got, I got
So
one.
you're standing right in front of this wizard guy. He's actually gonna shoot out his hand and a firebolt's gonna come at you. What's your AC?
Someone save me.
14.
Armor class is the top.
14.
14. So that was a 15. Or no, sorry, not 15, a 12. So it goes, and goes right past you. You feel like your hair singe a little bit as it goes by.
I'm laughing.
He went from Cheetos to Flaming Hot Cheetos.
You
And
should
now,
have killed by messing with that wizard.
big guy is
Xavier, you
going
went from
to
Cheetos to
attack.
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
That sounds good.
One's
right?
coming at you, and the other one's coming at you.
I'm so sick.
I told you.
First
Y'all
one,
suck.
first one coming at you, Theodis. That's a 5 plus 7, so another 12. So that's a miss.
Cut a worm up.
So now next one coming at Artix. That's
Why
an
you on
18
my
plus
plate?
7.
Dang.
So that's gonna hit.
Y'all got bro.
What? wait, what happened?
Guys, we did do a little bit quieter in this room just because it's not the big room. So just
18 then plus 7.
law of the dice, law of the dice.
No.
So that's 6. So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage as his fist just comes boom and hits you. Yeah, and you all
Oh,
notice
so he's Barbola.
after he hits you, Aaron, you notice this specifically because you're looking. You see like the stab wound that you made. You see it magically begin to start to mend.
Oh
itself.
man.
Only Aaron knows
Oh,
this.
right.
So regeneration.
Alright.
Only Aaron knows
He's in
this.
the Matthew.
So can I?
Only you know that.
You just, I mean, that's just what you saw. Like those of you who are close, like saw that as well. You just noticed it more through the
He's
road.
glad you didn't get hit by that fire.
All right, Cannon, you're up.
Cannons.
Oh, great.
Hit him with a fireball, bro. I'm tired.
What should be like?
Fireball.
That firebolt.
Fireball do something.
Firebolt. Okay, so you roll to attack. So using your spell attack bonus, which is at the top left there.
Do it again on beach.
I went back to 8.
It's +5.
Yeah, so you roll d20 plus 5.
Signs.
8.
8.
Wow.
Or is that plus what?
13.
13 against who? Who are you attacking?
Let me help these boys out and get the big guy.
The big guy?
Yeah, big
So the 13, it hits, but falls off and no damage happens to it. Its armor was able to resist the fire there from the 13.
Should have did
I
something.
got an idea.
All right, Sylvan, you're up.
I got an idea.
And with your spells, if you want to cast one, just tell me which one you want to cast, and I'll tell you what it does, and go from there.
Still saying that.
I'm gonna use the light expo to see if I can
We needed to
aim
handle
at
the
this
big
guy.
Okay, so you're gonna try and shoot him with your light crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is gonna be tougher to hit him because you're shooting through an ally.
Yeah.
And so
At least you can't hit
basically
me.
take out, you load it. Now you do have, so you know how spells work. You can cast
This
these
little one,
spells
that's the little
anytime,
tiny
however
drop.
much you want. These are the ones that are restricted. These you can cast all the time.
Okay.
Cool, just letting you know.
Yeah.
So shoot your light crossbow. So roll a d20. You don't have any, you have a +1 to your dex, so you get a +1. No, it's +1. Cool. So you get a +3 to hit, sorry. +3 to hit that.
I got cashew.
So roll d20 and add 3.
Yeah.
So you shoot, not being too proficient with the crossbow, it goes and hits off of there and doesn't do anything.
It's off who?
On their own.
Here, you're up.
It's off who?
What are you doing?
I'm not even sitting
I mean, like, I'm right in front of it, so I think
He said the wrong name. He said
At least they
Aaron.
ain't hit nobody. That's a plus.
What are you doing?
That's all I got. That's just ow. I feel it'd be hurt.
I'm going to go destroy this thing. That's what I want to do.
Okay. So you are right here. To hit it, you'd have to move up to right here.
Okay.
Chill.
Alright? So,
can I move before she does it?
move on your turn. You use it to move up. So, are you using your 2 long swords?
Yeah, I'm low-key
So you guys see this dragon board come from the back, pull out 2 long swords, and run up, make 2 attacks.
I'm low-key
Yeah, you get to make 2. You make 1 as a regular action and 1 as your bonus action.
Now we know what's what that is.
So
It's
roll a
really fun.
d20 twice, you need to add +5 to each
Hey,
one
hold
to
up,
hit.
we got
Please
And
don't
you're
do
attacking the big guy.
Cause she said destroy me. Oh my god.
So that's 12. So that will hit. So the second one.
Alright, it's lit. There we go.
So what's that? 20? 20 will hit.
Oh,
So
thank
roll
God.
damage. So damage is a d8.
She hit something. Thank you. Ooh.
That's the d8. You're gonna add +3 to that. And that's how much damage you do.
Ten.
Jesus.
Good job.
So that's awesome. So you come up, you just boom, 1 hits off, and then it kind of looks at you. You take that moment to stab your other sword up kind of into its armor piece, and it comes. You see these wooden shards come from it. Now, being a fighter, you do have 2 other things that you can do. You can't do them this turn, but you can other turns. Your action surge allows you to use another action,
Okay, chill.
basically attack again.
Put the bandage over.
Now you can't do that.
I put some
If,
dirt on you,
I believe takes your bonus action.
Like 2% blue.
But with 2 weapon fighting, so you could do that again now if you wanted to, and just get 1 more attack in. But you can do that in subsequent turns as well. And then your second wind, that basically like steady
We
yourself.
didn't do a
and you gain
long
health.
rest like I wanted to. I would have
So
got
there's
all my
other
skills
cool
back.
fighter things.
All of us would have got our
Awesome.
skills back.
Ashley, you're up.
Alright, can I specifically aim for like dude staff?
You can. It's gonna be difficult to hit him because
Am I
you're
good?
shooting
Am I-
through.
2 people.
Oh yeah, through a bunch of allies here to hit him.
It's not
Is this
wanted,
good?
bro. You can't curve
It's
your
still the best way. If you were here, then you would have a shot that would be less difficult, but still difficult.
Man, you got this.
You gotta shoot.
You got
No.
this,
It's
bro.
kind of like around
The
the
luck,
corner.
luck is the dice, bro.
Yeah, he's
It's Katniss.
Bro.
kind of. What are you doing, Ashley? You making an attack?
Yes.
All right, roll it.
Get him, Katniss.
12.
19.
I'm weak.
In this.
19?
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Yeah, Katniss.
Yeah, Katniss.
If anybody's a D8.
That's
Katina.
squirrel.
Do I have to roll for damage?
If anything, just burn it.
Roll finish.
Since I'm
Tropical
shooting at
storm,
staff, I gotta
Katina.
roll for damage still?
Alright, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, that's +4.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
My beard swirling.
He's on mad country.
You're a
I'm
dragon
doing math in my
fighter.
head.
That's what
That will hit. That hits. A 19 on the dot. 19 roll will hit. Yep.
So I roll for damage?
Yep, roll damage.
Roll.
Bruh. Keep it on your
10.
How much?
10.
10. So you hit, and you notice, and you kind of deflect some of the arrow off. You see it hit him, but you see, like, the thing next to him take a little bit of a wince of damage as well
the thing.
as you hit him.
Oh, wait, I'm
2 for
confused.
1.
I'm confused. What did he hit?
Hit the staff.
Why you just say
I'm
that?
finna kill him.
Nah, well, I guess it hit him. And
No,
I
it said like, it said a little bit
Ding
of
the
something.
staff.
I dinged the staff.
But you also hit him in the process.
Cool. All right.
So thank you.
Oh, I know how this works now. Okay.
So
you guys are fighting the
now you guys,
and I'm hitting the guy.
those you right here,
The shield.
What's up? What's up?
you notice that
The
that
giant
armor
thing is the familiar.
begins to move and come alive.
Oh my god, not a Scooby-Doo episode.
Now look who's riding.
And right as that happens as well, you notice this opens and another
I'm glad I moved.
set of
Oh
armor
my god.
comes out of there
Why?
as
I'm glad I
well.
moved.
We're surrounded.
Aaron,
I'm
first one's
low-key
coming at you. He starts moving, realizes what you're doing, and
I'm
gonna try to
low-key glad I
pummel
didn't get the
you.
armor now. I'd have been haunted.
I'm
Y'all
finna
been gonna say
disappear.
Okay,
But I'm pretty sure if we like, I'm gonna say it on my next turn.
Everybody
because
spread
it's
out.
my turn,
Transition.
I'm gonna say
attack
it.
something different.
Transmission.
Me, you got big
It's the transmission.
So
we're
there's two
surrounded.
attacks. One was a 9 to hit you,
Don't Aaron
and the
smoke
second
bombs?
is an 18 to hit you.
Oh, you getting buddy.
What's your AC?
You got hit by the second, buddy.
What's your AC?
15.
25.
What?
No, it's not.
15.
15. All right, so one hits you. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh man, you fine.
This one had to use all of its movement and everything, and it's going to get up right behind you, but it had to use its action to open up the door and then move out, so it isn't able to attack you this turn.
Oh no.
You said 3 points?
3 points of bludgeoning damage, yes.
Hey,
All right, Theodis, you're up.
Alright.
you think
Alright.
can I help him? I got you.
Can I move?
Oh,
now
yeah,
you
you
can
can,
move.
yeah, you can move
you'll
through
just-
ally squares, but be
Attack
forewarned. Yeah, if you move outside, you're adjacent to 2 enemies. So if you move
You going to
enough squares to get away from them, they'd be able to attack you. Or you can use your action, which would basically be your attack, to do something called disengage, where they wouldn't be able to do that. But you wouldn't be able to attack this round. So you can disengage, which means like you're running away, but you're doing it like dodgily, so they don't hit you, and that'll allow you to move away.
So can I attack like this ogre-looking thing right
Yeah.
next to the wizard?
He is.
Just
You
like
totally
that.
can.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay, so what are you making your attack with?
The birch rush.
The dagger.
Okay, so you're gonna go up and try to stab with your
What?
dagger. You have initiative.
Dude,
You
you
have
have a
advantage
longbow.
because you're flanking with Aaron, so you get to roll with advantage. It means you roll the dice twice and take the higher of the two.
Alright.
So go ahead and roll.
You hurt my feelings, big fella.
15.
All right, roll again.
It's lit.
10.
All right, so 15 plus what?
Oh, we're looking for,
20.
So with your dagger,
5, so that's 20.
20. So that hits. So roll damage,
A D.
which is a
Where's
D4.
the D4?
It's a little triangle.
Thank you, yeah. What the heck that supposed to be? A 2?
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's 2. There we go. Let's just say 2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
2 on top.
So 4.
My baby.
Yeah.
So you go up and you stab in. Your dagger does manage to hit. Comes out. And that's your turn. You're staying there. Artix, you're up.
Yay.
With the cock goggles on.
I swear that was
Get him,
luck.
big fella.
That was
big
just
dude,
luck.
bro. You keep healing.
Part of the game, man.
Always. Alright, same person. This time going for divine smite though.
Well, all right. So you call that after you hit.
Okay. No,
All right.
Get my soda.
Huh?
I got
My
hit.
soda.
How many spell slots do you have left?
No.
I ain't-
Get my soda.
I mean, did you use one earlier from last week?
I just noticed it.
Oh, you
Oh,
didn't
yeah, we was way on
didn't you
it.
do like the 1 cent?
Yes.
Oh, man.
You've used one spell slot, so you got one check
It
mark
smelled
there.
like you farted or something.
As I walk through there, it's just, man.
Huh?
It's just cold.
Protection's using your reaction. All right, I'll give it to you.
What is
Remember next time. I know protection. That's the one now you're advanced enough for you know. So protection. If
I'm good.
this guy basically attacks anybody that's not you that you're adjacent to, you can say, "Hey, I'm using my reaction for protection," and it'll add +5 to their AC. So, future reference. You know how to do that. So, make your attack.
I smell like orange.
I was joking, calm down. Boy!
Honey and milk.
So, so you smell like bug pheromones, huh?
13.
13.
But don't do that no more.
13, 18 to hit him. That hits.
You're not, you can't just,
Roll damage.
Stop playing, bro.
you gotta, you can't just,
What
D8.
why did I roll a 4? I will never roll a 4 again today.
So, are you smiting?
Hey, that counts. She rolled an 8.
Okay, so that means you get to roll 2d8. Sorry. Because your divine smite does 1d8 extra damage. Go ahead.
I got you, bro. 7. I
All right, so 7 plus what? That'll be your longsword. So that's
10. There you go.
and this is your divine smite, which isn't plus anything. It's just a d8. But
No, real life Aaron's like mad that we're playing the ball.
I helped you. It's a 4, big fella.
4. So how much total is that?
You ain't knocking over my piece.
14.
Well,
So you guys look, and Arctic, you've seen them do this before, just raises up, hits, and you see a splash of light kind of come off, and you see molten chunks of armor from this thing kind of spray off from it. I'm doing 14 damage. Pretty nice. Connor, you are up.
Conor McGregor.
That night knocked out.
Yeah, I just got
You got
knocked out.
First of all, he did not get knocked out. Just saying.
I like the booze.
You right, huh?
Okay, so that's going to provoke an attack of opportunity
Okay.
from 2 different things.
Riding all
The
this
skeleton.
All right.
You have 5 seconds if you want to take that back.
Take it back.
Okay.
I got big fella again.
All right.
Man, you don't see this man behind me?
Right before left is a stick right there.
You guys are
He
fighting.
got it. You can attack twice if you want.
All right, roll to attack.
Why we need to equally attack up.
Plus,
That's what you get,
Plus
blood.
what?
It'd be 11.
11.
That does not hit.
That's
so you
what
go to
you
hit,
get, blood.
you're trying to hit the same spot that Arctic just hit, but you're not too good at it. You miss. Aaron, you're up.
Let's go. I'm getting this man behind me.
The one behind you.
you
So
do?
you know
What's
that
that
if you
bonus
if you hit this guy, you'll have advantage and you'll be able to get sneak attack.
I
If
was
you hit
trying-
this guy, you won't. You
Okay.
can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you the different modifiers that go into what you're
I'm
doing.
Yeah.
going back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you. So we
All right.
Big dude.
Roll. So you roll twice because you have advantage. 'Cause
I
you're
don't play
flanking.
Skyrim when I get
10.
home.
I really feel like we should all just focus on the villager though.
5.
So 10 plus what?
5.
That hits.
15.
We should all just focus on the villager.
So roll your damage and you do get sneak attack on
I
this.
think the wizard giving that little thing some advantage.
Not at the moment.
3.
3.
But it,
3 plus your sneak attack, which is a d6. And your 3 also has a plus to it as well. You look on your weapon, it'll say next to the dagger or next to the rapier.
You play Skyrim. Shield, sir.
I'm a fool with that shield.
1.
1. Hey.
It was the paper.
4 damage plus 3, I believe. You look down at the dagger, say
Yeah.
1d something plus
4.
what? So plus that, so how much damage total?
4.
4? Okay. Alright. Aaron went, so it is.
Light.
What?
Light saw.
No.
Light saw. Light saw.
Did you kill it?
Like some, like some.
Did I kill it?
Is that a Z?
I hope so.
Good.
I really want you to.
Light.
I mean, because this is going to be my second day here and I kill us.
It's alright.
Alright.
Light bulb.
Listen here.
Alright,
Please. Get us away.
Theodis,
Cause you a boss.
Tear, and Artix. All 3 of you guys are getting hit with a magic missile.
What?
A magic missile.
Oh.
Let's see you dodge this one now.
That's magic missile.
The little wizard guy there.
Cause I
Wait,
What show is it right now?
Oh,
what show is it, dude?
fine.
You throwing
I know what
a
you're talking about. Alright, so the first one coming at Theodis here.
He's my
You take
old
4
man.
points of damage, so make sure you write that on your sheet. Second one coming at
You were
Tear.
8.
Tear, you take 3 points of damage. And the third one coming at Artix, you take 3 points of damage as well.
Man, you fine.
As he just kind of lowers his staff and these 3 bolts just shoot out and hit each one of you with no chance to dodge. Your armor does nothing against these magic missiles. They just hit you.
Where do I put it?
That's just my old character.
So your total hit points is 18. So just put you've taken 3 damage. So you're gonna put yourself down at 15 or add it up, however makes most sense to you.
I don't know what happened to you.
All right.
I'm a little rogue, but I got you. Mine.
Y'all ate that, bro.
So and then you guys look and you notice that that guardian thing begins. Its armor begins to kind of reform.
Was it good?
Theodis,
Alright, what's up?
it's gonna take. It's being directed. It's gonna take 1 attack at you because you're attacking the wizard, or you're right next to him, within range of him.
Alright, we gotta kill it.
Why is Aaron always surrounded by dicks?
That's a bad thing. God damn it, fine.
So that is what's your AC?
That was right.
Put my armor cut 14.
14
Here, got the
plus
moves.
5. That hits your armor class.
So they did.
Actually, Aaron's pushing a chicken.
Does 6 points of bludgeoning damage to you, and then it's gonna turn, and Aaron, it's gonna attack you. Being directed by an intelligent wizard. So you know
Let's
what?
make him.
You.
So you see where your health is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you add that.
0. None. Nada.
What's your AC?
What did it was roll?
What's your AC?
15.
15? I rolled 2 7s, so that's 12. So it goes up and it goes boom, but you're
14.
No.
Okay, you said
I
2
rolled
sevens.
7, but he has plus 5 to hit. I rolled with advantage because it's being flanked by the animated armor, and then so I rolled 2 sevens
Look
in a
at
row.
y'all thinking y'all know something.
Not
That's right. That's right. Appreciate y'all thinking. So, but you being a quick rogue, were able to deftly dodge out of the way
Oh, wait a minute.
You
Wait
see,
a
they
minute.
try to kill me.
before it was trying to hit it. Cannon, you're up.
Look at y'all. I thought y'all was smart.
Magic missile.
Cast a magic missile. Where are you directing? You're casting level 1, so make sure you burn a level 1
Hey,
spell.
hold on, hold on,
Hold on, you
hold
trying to
on.
tell me you got missile too?
Yeah,
How many people in
I'm a wizard.
So,
She could have told her, but
magic missile. Where are you directing these magic missiles?
Please don't.
I'm trying not to get.
You get 3 missiles
Please don't.
at level 1.
Collateral damage, I swear to God.
No.
And they hit automatically.
No,
and you
but
can direct them
seriously,
all at
he's
1.
right. The
cover-
person behind me, because I'm not dying, getting stabbed in the back.
Okay, so you direct all 3 at this guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll 3d4 and add 6.
I mean, at
What?
least,
Forget about
at
it.
least she helping him. This one before it was bad.
She ain't helping me out,
Man,
man.
we couldn't leave. We gotta came back.
My name
One.
is bad.
One.
Okay?
She got this.
4.
Bet. 5. Stop.
2.
7. There we go.
Oh, you got it in your hand.
Man, no.
Add it all together, then add 6.
I'm gonna die.
7.
You about to die.
Maybe I want to.
Can I move before you?
13.
Look, bro, if y'all gonna kill each other,
Cool.
can I move
So-
out of the way?
You just turn and you see this kind of going after Sylvanar, your sorcerer friend behind you, boom, and you see these 3 missiles just bam and hit into this thing and do a severe amount of damage. It goes up, and Sylvan, you're up.
Okay,
I just threw it off.
What?
I'm gonna hit this guy with
Okay.
a fireball.
Firebolt. All right, so roll a d20 and add your spell attack, which is plus
Show off.
19. That'll hit.
Just show off.
I got
So 19 will hit. So roll damage, which is a d10. Where's your d10?
No, you don't get it.
You had it. You used it earlier. It's d8.
End of that.
All right, here I got one for you real quick.
I'm a survivor.
So roll that.
Look at these. Look at,
I
arm.
don't like y'all.
Arm
One.
cuts. I'm a
1.
survivor.
Damage is damage.
Nothing.
Scars are 6.
So you turn, hit it really quick. Tear, you're up.
Swear, no, you don't get to do that.
What can I do?
Yeah, you
So you are right here. You can attack this dude right here, which you guys are all ganging up on. You can disengage, which won't allow you to attack. Or it'll basically allow you to move without him hitting you. Or you can move, give him an attack of opportunity, and you can go hit other things. Or you can stand there and do nothing and pass the turn. You can do whatever you want, really. But those are kind of what's available to
I'm
you.
gonna try to hit him again.
Okay, so you can use both your long swords up against him. Alright, so roll 2 attacks.
Oh God.
Must be very strong. That's what I was with.
Oh my God. Yeah.
14.
Okay, so the second one will hit because it's +5 for you, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you always, whenever you roll 20 with your longsword, add that number to it. So first one missed, second one with a 19, however, will hit. So roll damage. It's going to be a D8 plus your 3 there.
So if you attack twice, you can roll damage twice, right?
If you hit twice,
5.
she gets to attack twice because she's using 2
Okay, gotcha.
swords,
That's
and
eight.
she has, huh? And she has a certain ability that lets her have her
Want to see the
bonus.
swords on
It's
him?
eight. Yeah,
But she took 2 weapon fighting as opposed to you, and I think took
I should go
archery
sharpen the sword.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
I
But
got
yeah.
archery.
How much did you roll?
8.
8.
Well, I like how the W was silent.
I'm trying to make it.
All right, very cool. So you go up and just shoo, go across it. It blocked away your first attack, but you managed to get the second attack in and through. Ashlyn, you're up.
Get him, Ashley.
What? Shoot. Broski again.
All right, so make your attack.
I like it. Oh, hey, how you doing, mommy dearest?
Man, get out of here,
Gotta
Sam.
go? You gotta leave?
Come on, she got some Kool-Aid.
Did you go on or no?
What is the program over again?
7.
7.
So about an hour.
7.
Alright. Can you get some pizza?
Ashlyn, what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot at the wizard.
That would be
again.
nice.
All right,
She
make
gave
your roll.
She gave it a broad face. I know that
21
too.
to hit.
Bruh.
21 to hit.
Yeah.
Bro, what
That'll,
14.
that'll hit.
7.
She gave you
That'll
what you
hit.
mean 7.
11.
11 damage.
7-11.
All right.
He said 7-11. I can't sleep. Get it one across.
So again, you notice as it hit, you notice the other
That's
thing
from
kind of
my
winced in
sword.
pain as well when you hit the wizard.
Them things lit.
I'm gonna go for the wizard now.
So
Them things sharp.
We should all jump the wizard.
He is so serious about this familiar thing.
This guy is going to move up, seeing the two
It's not
spellcasters here.
Y'all wanna jump the
He's
wizard?
going to take one attack against you.
I should have said it out loud. Jump the wizard.
What's your AC?
11.
It hits an 11.
I'm rolling good today.
And so you take 7 points of
No, it
bludgeoning
doesn't. It
damage.
doesn't also help.
The
if I
second
have
one's
plus
coming
7
at you,
on
Cannon.
God dang it.
Roll 2d20s first.
So you had 3 health.
Because remember, you're a divination wizard. So you have that ability.
roll. 90.
8,
So 8, and what's the second one?
4.
4. So remember those two numbers. Because remember, at any time until you take a long rest, you can replace one roll with any one of those two numbers. Once you replace it, it's used. So you have an 8 and a 4. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like if I roll a crit or I roll something that says like the hit, you can be like, and say I roll a
Psych.
7 or whatever, you can be like, no, you really rolled a 4 on that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's what you get as being a divination
Nah,
wizard.
I thought
So
it was-
remember
I
those
thought
two
it was
numbers
those
and just
numbers.
pay attention so you can use them.
I got you.
You got good persuasion.
Alright, so the attack coming against you,
Have a single character have
18
a
on the
charisma.
die, and then so that would be a 22 to hit.
You really rolled a 4.
You rolled the 4.
Okay, so I rolled a 4 plus 4, so that's an 8 to hit.
No
You
big-
good?
No big fella.
What's your AC?
Oh boy.
10.
Yeah.
10.
Keep those
10.
numbers.
So he swings down and like it looks like his fist is about to hit you, but you've seen the premonition of this before, and you just go no, but you take a quick step to the side because you knew where his fist was gonna go from seeing this in your visions, and it went right past you.
Let me hit you.
You the man.
All right,
Naruto.
the other one
Well, I'm gonna hit you.
More like Goku.
Excuse me, I'm reading my spell book.
taking
Stuff
2 against
Yeah,
Aaron
I'm just gonna
there,
sit here and
who's
try
hitting
to
up
spirit
against the
bomb in
big
front of
guy.
you, Vegeta.
So first attack against Aaron, so that's a 4 plus 4, so that's 8 to hit.
No.
Second, actually it's advantage, so this would be the advantage thing, 'cause he's flanking with you. So that's really a 21 to hit.
Yeah, you.
That'll hit.
Bruh.
Second, 15 and an 8, so 15 plus 4 is 19.
Can I boy?
Boy.
Elves.
Yeah,
No, the enemy is not adjacent to you. Look up
That's why I
protection,
told
look
y'all,
up
he-
protection really quick.
We could have just jumped the wizard.
Yeah, what is protection?
Yeah, so I'm
Unless
looking
you
it up.
walk an attack.
If we don't kill, if I don't shoot,
Protection. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, yes, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
But he's not.
No, the target is within 5 feet of you. So yes, you can say reaction, and you impose disadvantage on one of my 2 attack rolls there.
one.
So you can help him.
So I rolled a 4 and a 15,
Because it's helpful.
and then I rolled like a 4 and a 17, and then it was like a 7 and a like.
Aaron
18.
already had it at like a
So
17.
basically, you can cause me to miss 1.
I
Is
got
how this would
8.
work.
I'll go for the first one.
Okay, so basically he comes through and you see Arctic just turn and put his shield up really quick and deflects away the blow, but then he comes through with the second fist of his animated armor and hits you with the second hit.
2 piece.
So
Boom, look,
you
just
take
said- he just said animated armor.
5 points of
Kill the
bludgeoning
wizard.
damage from the second fist
Right,
here.
you really on
You
that.
should be.
Yes!
Venus,
Fine.
you're up.
Jump the
Alright,
wizard.
alright.
Go for the
Wing
wizard.
it.
He literally right in front of your face.
Why don't you stand
It's right there.
I'm shooting him.
Stab him in the stomach.
So I got a question. What are these
I'm trying to get blasted.
ensnaring strike and hail of thorns? What are those?
So those are 2 different spells. You only have 1 spell left to cast
No.
because you've already used 1. So Hail of Thorns, basically you take an arrow out, you shoot it, shoots off into a bunch of other ones.
Don't do it.
And then Ensnaring Strike, you enchant your weapon, whatever you're using, your dagger, short sword, or bow, and then on the next hit, it will spawn roots that will go down to the ground and grapple or ensnare whatever it hits.
Like his arms and stuff.
Yeah, like if you shoot an arrow out, the arrow hits some of these roots will go up and like wrap around its legs and root them into the ground.
Sir, seriously, after this wizard, no.
No, you don't snare the wizard. You snare the things. You snare the things beating up everybody else.
It helps us.
Yeah, you know, I think I'll just attack.
Okay,
I'm about to
so roll to attack.
Alright.
He already got the. Don't worry. He already got the roots growing in his head.
I don't like you, bro. Get off my head.
What is it?
What'd you roll?
20, I guess.
20?
What you mean you guess?
Yeah, that's a 20.
Yeah, so you critted. So roll. What were you using to attack? Your dagger?
Yeah. Of course I was using the dagger.
Okay, so you get to roll double damage dice on this. So roll 2d4.
Yeah.
You suck.
3.
That's a 1.
I mean, a 1.
And then roll one more time.
You suck.
1.
So plus what?
I don't know how to
2 plus
3.
5.
No, you get plus what?
plus 3.
Okay, plus 3. So what does that equal?
Alright, that's like 5. That's like 5. I had to think about it for a second.
We need to take him out.
So you notice you go through and you actually hit into a soft spot, like as he was casting this magic missile and coming down, you actually got him right up in the armpit. It's kind of gross, but you got it and hit the soft spot. But you notice that you didn't do as much damage as you would expect from a strike like that. But you did notice that the guardian next to it kind of on its like same area.
Kill the wizard.
Kill the wizard.
Ardix, you're up.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
I'm going for
sorry.
the wizard.
Kill
Alright.
the wizard.
We off to see.
You cannot hit the wizard from where you are.
I got javelins.
No.
It is tough for you
What's
to
the
hit
problem?
with a javelin in
He
there.
got precision rolls.
In a melee with the other guy, you can do it. You can try, but it will be difficult.
Forget the wizard, man.
Miles away.
No, forget the
No,
wizard.
just keep it the big guy.
Hit the guy behind me.
As
He can hit the wizard.
The only way let you do it, you would have to move to right here, basically,
You can't do it.
which would prevent.
Hit the guy
But you could do
behind
that.
me.
Don't do it.
Because one of us goes in and
Bro,
we all
it's
go
big
through
dude
it.
versus big dude. Go for the big dude.
Where's our healer?
Actually, you taking the L.
That's
Oh,
you.
we don't have a healer. Oh, wait, you're the healer.
You.
I'm going to heal for real.
Oh, man.
Well, no. Yeah, actually,
What are you doing?
lost tomorrow.
Dang.
I'll keep
What
taking the
happened?
big guy.
All right, make your attack roll.
Oh, no. I
Dice
could've-
roll.
I should have.
I got you.
I should have.
All right, here's what's gonna happen. You have to roll in this space.
I feel like
No. I'm posing this rule. So, because of what you just did, I'm not bringing the box out because it's too beneficial. So,
My hand was right.
Xavier,
My bad.
Ardix, if you have to roll within this space, if it goes outside of this space and it's a bad roll, it counts. If it's a good roll, it doesn't count.
Oh, bro.
Don't do that like
You
that.
still failed to do it.
How you roll over my arm?
So, that is that, because of what you've done, that is your restriction.
Still now, bro. When they try to
You roll a
help
10
you,
on
still
that.
messing.
That's plus what to hit.
Wow.
5 to 15, that will hit the big guy. Doesn't have to roll again, he's good. So,
Tyrese, we
With the
believe
eight.
in you.
You making me understand
I got it
how
right
teachers
there.
feel now, bro. I swear to God, bro. For real. You had one job.
there you go. Look how you do that. 5 plus 1 on damage. I think it does 8 damage.
Your fishing is a lot more louder than you're talking about.
Alright, so you go through and you manage to kind of get a good stab into him.
I thought I heard Marcus talking.
Alright,
Bro, if I don't get off my
you're
hair,
up.
What's up?
You're up. What are you doing?
Go to the
Damn it. That's where that game taking place.
Mhm.
You know where the worms battle was like.
oh my god, if you don't get off my hair,
Same dude.
Same dude.
The same you should have died like 3 turns ago.
19.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh.
A long sword, that'd be
Ooh.
24. That'll be hit.
That's a hit.
That's
Nice
a
roll.
D8.
watch out with flex
Yep.
side. Oh,
D8 will be
Mhm.
right here. Thank you. Ah,
Plus.
plus
Definitely roll.
8.
It's a 9, son.
So 8 total?
Yes.
Nice. So you go through, you're starting to see noticeable chunks being taken out of this thing. Like wood's flying everywhere, there's wood and metal kind of spraying everywhere, and you may hit into one of those chunks and do a good amount of damage. Nice hit. Aaron, you're up.
Yeah, Aaron.
You can.
But
14.
You don't deserve them.
Yeah, you
14 plus what?
but
5.
take 2
Okay,
off.
roll. You have advantage because you're still flanking.
if,
Yeah.
if
So
one of the
roll
Wright
again.
brothers was black,
4.
Okay, so you take the higher of the 2.
Yep.
That's education,
Alright.
actually.
So roll d4 and d6 because you still have sneak attack on this guy because you are flanking.
Here,
Okay.
One.
D6 too.
here.
That's a d. That's a
That's not-
d8.
that's
D6 is the cube.
Oh,
How y'all? Yeah,
5.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. So
Didn't
add
matter.
plus what?
6 plus
3.
So how much?
9.
9.
9.
3, 6, 9.
All right.
I can do my math.
So you go up and get a good sneak attack in there. It is Glassstaff's turn.
Oh no.
Is who?
I know.
Who is that?
Don't do it.
Other
Don't
ones.
do it.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Please, please not me. Please not me.
That's his name.
Glass staff.
His name is Glass Staff. He always glass staff.
That ain't glass stuff. I'm weak.
All right, Theodos, you've been the one going up after him.
That's your fault.
Wait, what?
He's gonna just lower it again, and he's gonna cast.
Cool.
He's gonna
All means.
cast magic missile at
That's
you.
what you get for going
All
straight
3
for the
missiles are hitting you.
You're done.
I've been shooting this
We
man.
all
but
know
hey,
go for the big person first.
So 4,
3.
8,
Hey, you
11.
get buddy tap.
That's 17 points of damage.
Ah,
idiot.
In the arms of the angel.
You guys look as Glass Staff's like almost in a fit of panic, just backs up, lowers his staff, and you just see these 3 things go out and coalesce all at once into your chest. And there's not a hole, but your chest has gone from normal to concave
Where is he?
because it's beat it in a little bit.
This man said poem.
So you're not dead.
Honestly,
He killed us some poems.
Technically, what you are right now is unconscious. When you
So-
go to 0 or below health from 1 attack, you go unconscious.
Yeah, so we're
So
trying
now
to
you need to make saving throws on each one. And
You try to
we'll
send
get
me
to
this.
what happens then. But you're
David
not
like
dead
this.
yet. And people can heal
That
you.
man dizzy.
They go like this show.
Winston's gonna be pissed I'll let him die, so.
And it is the
Right.
Shift's
I gotta
turn.
save him though.
By the way,
I
let me just do this
still
right
Doing
here.
a lot of damage to him.
I high five.
So he's going to take 1
I
of his
got berries
attack.
and I'm not
Who's turn is it?
It's the big guy's turn.
The big guy?
My
Big
one
guy.
finger counted
So
5
he's taking
seconds.
touch me.
Look,
1 attack
He's like,
touches you.
just sleep.
And a 7, so 15 plus.
like that Geico commercial.
Gotta find it.
Touches you.
So that's 20 to hit.
Touches you.
The hit.
What's up?
5 points of bludgeoning damage
Oh,
to
boy.
you.
Right.
I don't know what you get.
But you hanging on the tail of your
You got 5.
I'm dying slowly.
We all done. Fool.
Next one is gonna go after Artix.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't want you to get
Oh
close
wait,
to
you
that
can't enter that
wizard.
distance. This one.
So 16, is that your AC?
Nope.
Alright, so it goes up and you block it with your shield.
Ain't you good for
Cannon,
Goggles working.
you're up.
For defense, not offense, but
I just realized something.
you had one.
There's a whole bunch of
Don't roll
glass
with my
bottles
head.
that we have not used.
What?
Wait, what? Oh, the beakers.
Yeah.
Where am I?
We can drink it.
You're over there.
Don't drink. We don't know
Cannon, what are you doing?
Why would you drink the
What
We
can I
know
do?
we
can
can't
get
do
drunk.
Why would
So,
you drink
Thunder Wave or
mysterious
Thunderclap?
chemicals?
You ain't never
How
seen
does
the people-
inebriation help our skills in
Hey, you
combat?
dead. Shush. You unconscious. Shush.
Yeah, you're supposed to be talking. You're unconscious. That don't
No,
even
no,
work.
no, no, no.
Shush.
Like some words.
Thunderclap water.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
You
it up
get
right
close
now.
to
You
Medusa.
know what Hulk
You're
does?
not there yet.
Is it what Hulk does?
Hulk
You
smash.
know Hulk thunderclap?
Who, me?
Is he thunderclap in the shot?
Thunderclap.
Not a
Occasion,
shoulder charge.
you create a burst of thunderous
Told
sound
you.
which can be heard 100 feet away. Each creature other than you within
A
5
fly
feet of
heard
you
that.
must make a Constitution saving throw.
Boom.
On a failed save, the creature takes 1d6. So every creature within 5 feet of you will
Bruh.
take damage.
One.
Every creature, which includes enemies and allies, if
Dang.
you use that.
When I-
It's really
when I
good
come
for
to
like if you're
creatures
surrounded by a bunch of
make
weak things, just a boom and
Oh, wait,
basically yeah, you're basically like going like
You're not in 5 feet. 5 feet
with
is
your
a lot.
staff and it emanates out.
Oh,
That's what
Yeah, so
thunderclap is.
you're right here,
Oh,
right?
that's gonna hurt everyone.
She's right here.
She's right here.
It would hurt
Then come right here.
just Sylvan and the
Yeah.
Move right here.
animated armor.
Then move
Yeah, and you could take a step over here, and you would hit just the armor with that if you wanted to do that.
I'll step over.
Okay, so you're gonna take
can just go to the.
one step there. What is your spell save DC?
13.
13. So I rolled a 17 plus 1, so it's saved, unfortunately. So you go, when you hear this loud, thunderous going through, you feel the walls shake, and this thing just kind of stood there and didn't take any damage from it because it's saved versus your ability.
You gotta be stronger than that.
Sylvan, you're up.
Level 2. Ain't we 3?
Sylvan,
Oh, no.
you're up.
You gotta
You got this.
Come in, I mean, yeah. Come on, yeah. Come in, yeah.
Blade. This guy.
Booming blade.
Hey,
Look
what's
at
our
that
raise?
really quick, so I don't know if it's on my-
Right, you was unconscious. Why
Hey,
you
don't
talking?
Stop
arm
talking to us.
Y'all are cool.
Make
You
a
was
melee
dead.
attack with a
I'm
weapon.
correct, you're not
He
dead.
was
You
gonna
sleep.
pick him up.
You feel that heat?
The one thing we could have used telepathy with, y'all
Right
would
in
have
for
killed.
your
What?
with your
Yeah, what is he doing?
Can you feel that heat?
No.
That's
You
kind
can't feel
of
that.
queer, man.
And
I'm wearing
I didn't
drag
give you a melee
queen, so
weapon,
that's
but
kind of queer,
taking
man.
that spell, you totally would have one.
For
I
real?
felt more electricity than.
You felt
What?
So
No, of electric pulse.
You static shock.
Do you
you
not
either
know
get
that your body can
dagger
give up
or a
electric?
quarter staff.
Yeah.
Like,
melee
as
weapon.
we're thinking right now, there's electricity in the
Quarter
room, and
staff,
half
write
of
down quarter
that
staff.
is based on
Right here.
Jadarius.
Right here.
What?
And
No,
it's gonna be
Jadarius.
a
Static
D6.
shock.
Oh.
His head.
Bruh.
Static Shock had treads and they were long.
So to hit is
I
gonna be
don't
plus
like
4.
y'all.
But his face
And
got
it's
look
gonna
like
be
this.
1d6 plus 2.
He getting older.
So a garbage
Damage
can
on
is
it.
your
Cool.
transportation.
So booming blade.
You don't know those words.
At the as part of this action, you cast a spell. You must make a melee attack weapon against one creature in the spell's
Did you
range, which is
graduate?
5 feet, which is right next to you. Otherwise, the spell fails. On a hit, the target suffers the normal attack's effects and it becomes sheathed in booming energy.
Come
At
on,
the start
my
of
face
your
red
next
more than
turn,
yours.
if the target willingly
Yeah,
moves
yours.
before it, it'll immediately take 8 thunder damage. So basically, you're enchanting your staff. You're gonna smack.
Nah, it's cool. We
It's
just
cool.
Then you're gonna smack the staff against it, and it'll
You're not
basically
playing, go ahead.
like put a shimmering thing of thunder around it. If it moves out of that, it'll get hurt. It'll get hurt. So is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Awesome. So make a melee attack. So roll a
Hey, shush,
d20.
we gotta-
And you're gonna add that number right there for the quarterstaff.
Hey!
17.
So roll damage for your quarterstaff, which is a d6 plus 2.
You got it.
Yep, well, this came out.
6.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
So
Eight.
that's 8. So that's 6 is 22.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
And so
From the
now,
back of the pack. The
if
guardian
he
angel.
decides to move until the end of your next turn, outside of that, it'll take more damage. So you guys look, and you see Sylvan go up. You see her quarterstaff be lightened with lightning and thunder energy, and she smacks it against this thing, and you see it begin to quiver a little bit, like all the armor around it is quivering. Kind of this energy that's pent up, waiting to be hit. Tara, you're up.
Your character lit.
What are you doing?
I feel that
So you saw your ally go down right in front of you by getting hit by this powerful spell.
You're
You
not supposed to
have
off yet. Like, what?
2 of your spellcasters in back being
It's
attacked
like
by
you
this
and I
guy.
thought-
And you got a big dude who's right up, ready to swing at you and anybody else right in there.
That turned into a sword. Oh, no. That man was like, oh, like,
Make a receipt. What's happening?
yeah, I see.
You could, so you can occupy the same space as a downed ally.
He's
So you can take a
suppressing
step
his
up
own
here,
ways.
and you
Yeah,
can try to
so
attack
like
her.
You know,
So between your body.
Alright, so roll your
size and
attacks.
height.
You're rolling 2 attacks here.
She's gonna kill the witch.
I don't want another person.
I learned how to do
Sure,
that.
what's
Seven.
Because you could actually do that with your body.
Nine.
So add your, what was your plus to hit on the first one?
person created light
Second
bulb.
plus what?
Not much energy you have.
So that makes 12? Okay. What was the second
That's
one?
what poltergeist feed off of.
9 and 5?
Energy waves in you.
Okay,
You just
so
basically, like,
roll damage
I ain't
from
using
one
all
of
the
them.
narrative.
She's destroying people. Shush.
No, it's you hit once basically. So you're gonna
She's destroying
roll
people. Shush.
your d8 plus 3.
That boy.
2.
This game-
5.
5 damage.
This game is fun.
Horrible.
I like it.
This is horrible.
So,
Okay,
Said
so
unconscious was
last level
awesome.
1 spell. So you go up and your first attack,
Drunk.
you go up and you try and swing down. You see the guardian next to it attempts to block, but you change
but
your
that's
swing
enough.
halfway through a minute to go across the wizard, and then you come through with your offhand attack. And you see the wizard this time ready for it. You see
I was
him
thinking
cast a
the joke
spell
about
really
I
quickly,
wish Shadori
and your
did.
Age.
sword kind of dings off of a force field that went right
And I
in
was
front
like,
of
he
him
used to it anyway.
right as he cast that spell.
That would be dangerous. Yeah. That was bad.
That really gone.
So you did see him cast a spell. He burned his last level 1 spell. Good. In order to not be hit by your attack. So Ashlyn, you're up.
Oh, this shit at Brad again.
I hope you
Who are you
so it's
shooting?
your turn.
Last time.
Shooting him. Take your shot.
got this big friend.
I'm good. What is that? 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19 to hit. That'll hit.
Bet. Yeah.
Can we just kill this big man so I can?
10. 10.
I don't even know what this
Don't open that door. Don't open it.
Aaron, stop. Hold up. Bad.
No people in here until we're done. There are no people in here. We're trying to get through.
No.
All right. So Ashlyn, you go up. You drew your bow, and you went, and you see this like shimmer that's in front of him, and you saw your bow hit like the shimmer that went in front of him and shatter it, but didn't actually get through. The damage didn't get through to the wizard.
You ain't do nothing.
And it is the armor's turn. So the first attack's gonna go after Aaron there. So that's 15, 19 to hit. That's a yes. So that's 5 more points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Boy. Oh wait, that's it.
Are you done?
Yeah.
So he's down.
Ew.
Alright, so now it's going to attack Connor. 12 hit your AC.
Ah, I'm a kitty.
All right,
I gotta block this fool too.
You could have blocked the one coming at Aaron.
Boy.
You gotta remember it.
Careful.
You know you have that. As a reaction, you can do
I'm
it
so
once
sorry.
until, like, in
They can't see
between
you,
your
but-
turns. You know what I mean? So you still have it, you can use it. Just remember that. Huh?
No help at all.
You wouldn't know.
With
You
the
have-
sec-
You don't
you
know
take
some
gun
people
on y'all,
disadvantage.
it'll be fine.
You don't know.
So,
You don't know the second
I
round.
still
now.
have most active but took
Hey,
damage.
talking
So,
about you. I'm talking about you.
Connor didn't hit you.
I don't like
A lot of people don't.
Like,
So
I
we
still
down
got
to
my
people
full
now?
These armors.
points.
Wrong.
For my reason.
You cast a spell at it.
They hit, oh yeah, they don't hit combat.
She missed.
Hmm?
So it's
What do you
gonna
mean this?
try and step away from her. It's gonna roll your d8 damage because it's trying to get away from the person that missed and move around here to you. So
Backstab fishing.
it moved. So you notice as it moves, its
I'm back
armor
here.
went from, and you heard. So you get to roll a d8 damage from your booming blade.
Tyrese, I'm
Why
gonna
yellow
grab
right
that.
there, yellow right
You
there.
got one, yeah.
I saved your life.
5.
5. All right. 27.
Saved your
Cannon.
life.
Cannon.
Cannon.
You get to make an attack of opportunity. I think you have like a dagger or a quarterstaff that you can do it with.
Killed this man that killed me.
You can't do
Oh.
I got first, so it's only right that I get avenged.
That's a light something.
You won that board.
But let's say it's a dagger.
It says light something.
Oh, light crossbow. You have a dagger as well. That's an
Expo.
Oh,
Yeah.
get it now.
Expo. Okay.
I'll take
What's
that.
the light?
All right. So roll a d20.
A light crossbow. You know what a heavy crossbow is?
I said a light.
Yeah, it's a light crossbow.
Oh, he was thinking about an actual light.
Yeah.
Like it
12.
12 plus. It'll be with a dagger, your dexterity, and your proficiency. So 2 plus whatever your dexterity mod
I
is.
thought it was like an enhanced crossbow. So
Dexterity.
I heard light.
Zero.
Zero.
No, we have
So
to
12 plus 2, so it's 14. It does not hit, unfortunately. So you go and it just tings off the armor. So the crowd's going to make 2 attacks against you.
A holy crossbow.
So first, 9 plus 4, so that's 13. Does that hit your AC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so then the second is 10 plus 4, so that's 14. That hits your AC.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. double
So
tap.
it does 3 and 6, so that's 9 points of damage to you.
Oh, you all.
So
I'm surviving.
Down.
Oh wait,
this
what?
thing kind of comes around and boom, hits up against you, and you go
I
down.
don't sleep, bro. Come on.
Thetis, I need you to make a death saving throw.
My
You roll a
lord.
d20. 10 or above is a success. A below 10 is a fail.
You better not die with trouble.
I got
So
10.
you have 1 success. You
Alright.
need to accumulate either 3 successes to stabilize or 3
Okay.
failures to die.
Alright.
So you have 1 success.
So,
You got
These
it.
ones,
Artix.
you-
What are you doing?
Get
Thank
the
you,
hit from it, bro. We tag teaming this, bro.
Who are you next to? You can heal him.
Healing
No.
bars either.
Okay, if you heal him, I can pick up. Yeah,
I got it.
Okay.
I'm big up Aaron.
Okay.
Hey!
Oh wait, no, wait, what? Aaron's
So you're
over
good.
here.
Yeah,
He already said it.
Get him. So using your lay on hands ability,
I was
you
saying
have
there.
10
You
to
know
go take a short rest.
Okay.
How
You
many
think you're
hit points are you giving him? You have 2
Stop.
other members of your party that are also down.
Ew. Bad.
2.
Just hit him with my
Aaron, you
scroll.
heal for 2. Your eyes
Please stop
shoot
letting
open.
me
You're
for
still
much.
on the ground. You're still prone on the ground.
Yeah,
Your
but you gotta
eyes
get up.
open up, and you feel 2 more health points kind of come in and at you. And that was your entire turn, Artex. Connor, you're up.
Oh,
Connor, what are you doing?
Skills.
Connor, what are you doing?
Make a move.
Connor, 5. What are you doing?
attacking big guy.
Stop.
Look,
Man, I'm tired of
put
this.
my wrong sword. Here we go.
All right, make your attack.
I'm wrong with the wrong one. Okay.
Alright, so we're trying to that little
16 plus 21, that hits.
All right, so
D8,
D8,
6 plus 9.
9 damage. Remember, you do also have your action surge,
Oh, action surge. I'll do that.
so you can attack again if you want to.
Alright, cool.
All right, so roll again.
13 plus 18.
All right, so roll damage.
You know this.
8. So you guys notice
13.
Connor now. He sees go down. Arctic's kind of looking around, like, oh crap, get him up, and you guys kind of lock eyes. You're just like, and you go, you make one attack, and ting, goes into him, and then you just feel like the stamina come up through, and your adrenaline rushes, and you take your sword and stab it up through the chin, and you feel the magical energy dissipate from this thing
Let's get it.
as you
Yo.
kill.
So we
Wait,
killed
what
him.
happened? You killed him?
Yo, Damn.
Aaron, you are on the ground. You have 2 health points, but you are no longer dying. What do you want to do?
You can use hacker. You use hacker movement to stand up.
Yep.
Hold on, what it do?
He got killed.
And he just died, but you still got a thing behind you.
Oh, where you at? Where you at?
Man, I'm finna kill him.
Thank
Oh,
you.
man.
All right, so you can
I'ma
stand
get
up.
up.
All right, it's hacker movement.
And I'm going for.
Well, if you move, you get hit. You get small guys. So
Yeah.
Just no action.
can't you
surge.
disengage?
Just no action surge. That's all I
Yeah,
get.
he could go on.
Yeah, you can use an action and move away without being hit.
You might want to attack. Right, you got 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna move away.
Move
Okay, so you're gonna disengage. Okay, wish.
Where are you gonna move to?
Hold on, let me see something.
Use your instant transmission.
I can't do that.
Action. Actually,
Yeah, I prefer to go here.
as
I
a
really
rogue,
hope you
you get
break
cunning
your
action.
heel.
So you can use disengage as a bonus action. So you could use disengage to move, basically be good, not be hit, and then still attack after you move away.
Alright.
Or you can attack and then disengage and move.
I'm gonna attack and then move.
Okay, yeah, as rogues, you're able to disengage as a bonus action. Hide, dash, and disengage as a bonus action. So, are you attacking this big guy right here?
Yeah.
Alright, roll to hit.
What's on my head?
Critical hit.
Do you?
I think I do. I think I big code.
17.
17.
Ultra
Plus what?
combo.
5.
Alright, so that'll hit. That's 22 to hit. So, roll your damage. You're using a rapier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your D8. So that's the diamond one. That one right there.
There you go.
And you do get sneak attack on this.
8.
8 plus another D6. And then plus 3, I believe.
What's happening?
4.
Bro, go.
So you just did 15 points of damage to him.
Yeah.
Nice. So you turn, take your rapier, stab up as you get up. Half your movement to stand. So now you're going to use your disengage as a bonus action, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so now you can move 3 squares. Alright, and you see him just dip out of there and be like, sorry, suckers. Get out of there.
Yo.
Good job. You finna
All right.
attack.
Should have been did that.
Yeah.
Glassstaff is not happy with where he is.
The guy I've been shooting at for the past 3 turns.
So
To my glass.
he's gonna back away. This gives you an attack of opportunity.
Put a
if you'd
little
like to
green
use it.
goblin.
So you get to roll. Basically, as he's backing away, you can take a free swipe at him.
Longbow found me.
So you need to roll to hit if you want to do that.
If he can fit the ball.
You should do it.
Do it.
Do it.
No. No.
Plus what?
6.
I'm hitting 11.
11.
That'll hit.
What?
Hey.
Yeah,
So, roll damage.
D8.
Which is D8. That's a horde in the D8s.
Yeah.
Someone like 2 on 2.
7.
7
I'm
plus.
beside an idiot and another.
3. It's
Did you just call me
Okay,
an
so he
idiot?
turns to roll, like to get out of the way. You slash past his back, and you go,
Damn.
ah! He's still going, and he's gonna turn and shoot a firebolt back at you.
I don't even know what you said, and I feel offended.
She said she was sitting between 2 idiots.
Oh,
You have 15 health.
You say
Yeah.
Bob.
I was
Yeah.
gonna like, but you're down, right?
I didn't hear what you said.
I like it. It sounds nice. I'm walking forward.
No.
Alright, so you're gonna use a reaction for protection, so I guess I have to roll disadvantage then. So 14
That's bad.
and a 7 plus, what's his attack? 5, so does a 12 hit your AC. So 14, so it turns, and as the firebolt is coming to you, you're not ready for it, Artix comes through with the shield and just knocks the firebolt away, right in front of you.
Huh?
That's his turn.
No, you
Come
can't.
off and conquer it, though.
What, this?
No.
Cannon, Cannon, you're up.
What you want to do, man?
Please.
I said attack him. Attack him. Attack him.
Is your first name Nick?
What the why?
What does this spray do again? It gets what?
So it goes up against a creature that's within 10 feet of you, I believe.
Queer.
Boom,
Wait, what?
boom, boom,
Word of the
I
day.
did badass.
boom, 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 boom.
What am I, a dog?
Boom, 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 boom.
Roof.
Y'all are so mean.
No, it's more like.
Shut up, where are you down? Stop talking.
Which one? Acid splash or
I'm gonna
spray?
get you up.
Poison
No,
spray.
Bow
Poison
Wow.
spray,
Like
thank
that.
you.
She finna kill us.
Poison spray.
Yeah,
You
why
send your
is
hand
she
to a creature
talking?
within 10 feet. The creature must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 poison damage. So So you basically just go, and you shoot out a bunch of poison at something
That's dope.
within 10 feet of you. So you would need to move here
But
in order
it's
to hit this
armor.
guy, or be here in order to hit this guy.
Oh, that way. I've been trying to tell you to hit this guy.
What are you doing?
But it's armor.
But it's not as my. This
How do you poison armor?
First of all, spitting in his eyes. Can't see no more.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
So what are you doing with your? Are you gonna cast poison spray?
If it's over.
Oh, never mind.
It's a ghost. Can't.
How you gonna spit? It's a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to move. That way.
What is
Alright.
y'all doing?
So you can take a step up and just go. All right. So it's gonna be a Constitution saving throw. What's your saving DC? 13. All right.
Please, no.
He has a +1 to Constitution. So you have to roll a 12 or below.
Bad luck. Bad
And I
luck.
rolled an 18. Remember, you have your divination thing where you can
Hey.
change my rolls.
So really-
anybody's rolls.
So
If you
really,
wanna
I'm on
use
an
that.
8.
I'm not in the camera.
Literally, you rolled an
All right. So
Boy,
Twice.
go
Such
away.
logic tell.
Go away. Go away.
So you go up and you see it like you see the armor like going against that, but you remember and you feel that you saw the armor be corroded, and you're pretty sure it was. And all of a sudden, it does begin to corrode before you. Roll a d12.
And here I was-
That is the
here I was.
hexagon-ish one that's in there.
My dodecahedron. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
It's called a dodecahedron.
So how much?
Yes, yes, it
Don't
is.
look at me. I
How
know
much
what that
damage?
is.
Yes, yes, it is.
Don't look at me.
That sounds fancy.
9.
Can I
I
get
ain't
one?
never heard that in math class.
So you go and you see the poison damage go into it, and it kind of corrodes, becomes acid, and you see the armor just begin to melt, and you do see the magic pop out of it, and you were able to kill that one.
Oh, bet.
Now you gonna kill him.
Sylvan.
I told you.
Sylvan,
I
Her
like
hair
this
just pulls her hair
Maybe
back.
that's it.
I like
to
it.
I need you to make a death
I like the
saving.
strategy.
So you roll a
I'll
d20.
help you out next
10 or
time.
higher is a success. Below a 10 is a fail. You need,
It's like,
Like me on your
I don't even care no more.
that's a
so
5.
you have 1 failure.
Save your life.
3
I'm
failures
good.
is death. 3 successes, you're back up.
I said
You're not back
I said
up,
like
but
a
you're no
million.
longer
One
dying.
or the other.
Tara, you're up.
Can somebody please use the reanimation jutsu on me?
No, shut up. Stop talking.
You dead.
You was unconscious. You in a coma. You don't talk.
Shoot like 100 something feet.
Quiet now.
So with your longbow, you can easily hit the guys. Like these are equal to 5 feet. So he's only 20 feet in front of you. You can easily hit him with a longbow. You only get 1 attack with your longbow, though. The reason why you get 2 attacks is because you're using 2 weapons with your long swords.
Or you should have a spell.
Okay.
Why would you use
So-
a longbow?
You sheathe your 2 things. You pull out your longbow to take a shot.
Sure. The best person in this
Okay,
room.
you can shoot him at.
Obviously.
That's a crit.
Do I go chase the
So
guy?
you get to
Or
roll
give
double
the
damage.
checkup?
Nice.
Get her up and I
So roll 2 d8s.
You already out of there.
You got this.
I'm gonna help back. I'm gonna help in.
Saying, but do I go pick up the chick or do I go chase the guy?
Yes.
11. Dang.
11 plus.
Pick her up.
Oh, she's down?
Yeah.
So plus what? 3?
Yeah.
She's
So
you
that's
can,
total
You can
15.
see her down.
in front of me.
I ain't up still.
So
Bro, she
And I'll
really.
get
he's kind of like running away-ish as you like shot your fireball at, and then he turns around, you just pull out your bow, like aim it,
I'm leaving her
pull
alone.
the hole, and you see it hit directly into his spine
My
and
neck
fall
and my
down,
back.
Hey.
My neck and my back.
He
You're
paralyzed.
effectively
That's meta.
Why
Okay.
you take my kid?
taking him out.
Hey.
I did all the damage. I don't care. Shut up.
Ashlyn, you're
I
up.
took the big guy. What you mean? Action
Uh,
surgery. Ain't that right?
I got like 4 left, I think.
You over here healing to the
Hey,
devil,
man.
job, bro.
Heal.
Do I still have them left though?
Give her
On
a
the
sense
paper.
Yeah, I had
of
like 4 left after. I didn't write them down.
Give
like
her
I
a
did,
sense
but-
of being.
Stop calling them sense of beings.
If you didn't have any left, if you didn't write down how many you had left, you have 4 left
With
now.
3D glasses, it's
Give
Your
her.
dice.
My bad. Give her a voice. and
you
being.
lucky bastard.
With a dungeon master lead.
Look at how
Give her
lucky he
one.
is.
So
He
you
gets a
describe
massage.
it however, but Goodberry for Sylvan. Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ashlyn, you kind of go up and you reach into your pack and you got his little good berries. They're getting mushy by now because like you been through some stuff, been through some hits, and you just kind of like reach, you open up your mouth a little bit. You just take one and
That's meta.
throw it in. And so it kind of goes down. You can feel the healing energy come over you,
Stop.
and then you are now back alive. You have 1 point of health. You're not up. You're still lying on the ground, but you have 1 point of
So
health.
you got evil
Which one
berries?
thing? Because nobody around you.
That was my turn.
All right, Theodis,
Alright, yeah.
you're up. You're still down. He's making a death
3D
saving throw.
glasses is the left one.
Come on, roll yo.
I'll pick you up.
You
19.
got,
3D
you
glasses
got
that were
one
ready.
more.
That's a success.
You got one more time, baby. You can
Congratulations.
talk.
Connor, or Artix, you're up.
Lay on
Oh,
hands
why
and
did you
Jada's.
just ready to attack me?
All right. How many health?
Two.
Let me look it up.
You get 2 health
Why
points.
you look it up?
See, look, now you can talk.
So as Arius kind of comes down, doing his paladin duty, just
You finally healing people. I see you.
in his defense, he's been healing people this whole
Yes.
time. He's been the only one healing people the whole dang time.
That's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
a
You taking my
soldier.
role.
Why am I healing?
Because you're a holy soldier.
It's the goblin.
Connor, you're up.
First of all,
Alright, I'll help my boy
You ain't
that
been
killed
doing
my,
nothing.
boy, my assassin, and I'll take him.
All
Right
right.
the way, Artix.
All right. Make your attack.
Thank you.
that's what you
It's
get.
a 10. I tried helping you.
A 10. does
I'm gone
not hit.
already.
Second win.
Second one just gives you health back.
Oh.
Your action surge
Fight
gives
one.
you another action. Your second
Yeah,
win
I
gives you
tried.
health back. All right.
You take an L, big fella.
Aaron, you're up.
Let's go.
Actually,
I'm moving back over there.
All right. So you're gonna go
You like being
in
the
here.
fancy.
Yeah.
All
So am I
right.
back up or?
Yeah.
You're still lying on the
you're
ground,
dead.
but you're no longer dying.
Ah.
So you have 2 points of health. So like you're awake and conscious. And you're like, oh my god, I brushed death, but I survived. Ha! But you're still lying on the ground in a pool of your own blood.
They can't nobody heal.
I just rolled.
What'd you roll? Yeah, what'd you roll?
19.
I'm
19?
not hungry anymore
Yeah.
now, but I'm
Yeah.
cool.
So roll damage.
Give me these dice.
So and you get sneak attack again because he was within 5 feet of an outline.
So
Yeah.
do I roll again or
Paladin.
No, you don't have
Roll
advantage. Yeah, you roll damage now.
for
So we're using your rapier or your dagger.
rapier?
So you roll the d8.
Oh, they don't. They
Which
do the
is
same
that
amount
one,
of
yeah.
damage. Don't even matter. Okay.
6.
That's a lot more. Plus 3 because that's what you get as your damage bonus. Plus your sneak attack, which is a d6.
2.
6, 2. So that's 9
Nine.
plus 2.
11.
11. Thank you. Awesome.
I know.
So
This game is fun. I like it.
glad you enjoy it, man. D&D is a fun game.
Yes,
That was Aaron. They're both dead. Cannon, you're up.
Hunting.
Well, Yamcha, I guess me and you aren't that different.
Fire. Cannon. I'm sorry.
Which bolt? Which one is?
Fireball.
Witch Bolt? Witch Bolt is awesome.
Which bolt?
That do sound dope. What is that?
What you do?
So
Put a
make sure
lightning
you're
bolt?
marking off your spell slots here.
Yeah, she is.
Alright.
Yeah, you about
Special beam
This is
cannon.
like my second.
So this is a first level spell. A beam of crackling blue energy lances towards a creature within range,
That's
forming a
dope.
sustained arc of lightning. You're basically casting force lightning. Between you and the
You
target.
got Star Killer jokes.
Make a ranged spell attack
I would
against the
say count
creature on a
Goofy,
hit.
but
It takes 1d12 lightning damage. On each of your turns, for the duration, this lasts 1 minute, you can use your action to deal another 1d12 lightning damage. So basically, you cast it, it hits. You just have this lightning connection between your hand and the creature, and every turn you can go to cause another bolt of damage to go against it. But you have to hit initially to do that. And it is a range of 30 feet, so from where you are, you can totally hit that guy in there. So roll your attack, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to use up another slot. So.
Yep.
12.
Plus what? What's your spell attack?
5.
So that's what to hit.
17.
17. So you arc it, and it connects with the animated armor. So roll 1d12 damage, which is the dodecahedron.
Oh, you put it on?
Yeah.
5.
5 damage. All right, so it takes 5 damage.
That's my name right now.
So, and you guys look, and now there's a beam of crackling lightning energy going from cannon to this thing, and it is just staying there and sustained. So, you're up.
Alright, but it's okay.
You're up, so. What are you doing?
Get up.
So, you're alive, but you're on the ground. It takes half your movement to be able to
And
stand,
he's giving people's back massage.
and then you can do whatever you want. Or you just lay on the ground and attack from there.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Snake eater?
Can I attack?
For spellcaster, it
this
doesn't really
from
matter.
here?
Yeah, it's very
Depending on
hard.
what you're trying to do.
Can I shoot a both sideways? Like I'm G? Maybe a G Robin?
Look, I can't see or nothing, but I'm gonna just.
I can't see the nothing. But yeah.
I'm gonna try. I may kill the ninja.
Can I just like lay there and not do anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You're gonna say I passed my turn. I'm gonna lay here
Smell it, right?
contemplating what I just saw on the outside.
I told you it smelled different.
Tara, you're up. Tara, you're up.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Oh.
I told you
He's
though.
zoning out.
First of all,
It
Yini.
smell like. Then I was. Whoosh.
In here,
And
there's
like
a lot of bodies in here.
Yeah, like,
Small room.
like a big fart.
It's a lot of bodies in a small
Oh, it's
room,
like
and
a-
it's at the end of the day.
I thought it
First
was
of all-
just like a house that everybody take their
First
shoes
of
off
all-
in
What are you doing,
when they
sir?
go in.
How you know it wasn't from out there?
Okay, so how do you want to do that? Do you want to
It's
use
a
your
lot of
longswords?
bodies
Do you
out
want to
Yeah,
shoot
but
them?
it's
Alright, so your longswords,
Walk
you're
around
gonna
like-
pull your longswords back out and run up towards
you
them.
used to it now. You don't want to. You don't want to just
Make your 2 attacks.
give me stuff back.
How you turn them on?
14 plus what? So that's 19 to hit. That one hits. So roll your second attack.
Trey.
20.
And you crit.
It was
Oh my
good,
gosh.
right?
So, roll your first attack, which would be a d8
I'm back in time.
plus 3.
Oh my god.
So that's 10.
She credit.
Alright, so now roll your second attack, which is going to be 2 d8s because you critted, which means you get to roll weapon damage twice.
7.
7, then one more.
2.
2, and add 3 to that. So that's 9 plus. So 12 damage, and you did 10 the first one. So doing a whopping 22 damage and all of that.
That's how much
So you
damage
come
I
up,
can by myself though.
you charge at
Tell me
this,
I'm wrong.
and then your first strike, you charge at with your long
Alright,
sword
so-
out. Your first strike hits into it, and you see it kind of fall over.
Hit me
And
again.
then you take your second long sword from this position, you throw it over into the down, like
Hey,
backhand
Zay.
position, and stab right down through it, and that actually kills it.
Appreciate it.
You have 15 health left.
I get to decide
That was a
Why
massive
she didn't
attack.
create her own killing
She
story?
hit.
Yeah.
She hit and critted.
From the ground. Wait, no, she did something.
Right.
Right, never mind. I was about to say, I was
So-
like, how you do it from the ground?
That would be good.
Thetis, I need you to make another death saving throw.
Alright,
Wait,
I just allowed
he's
it.
down.
Oh
he's
no,
not
you picked
dead.
him up. No, yeah, you did pick him up. No, he picked you up. Never mind, you're good.
No, you
I
didn't.
forgot that he
But
picked you
he's
up.
down.
If
He's
he
not
did,
dead,
you rolled a
right?
nice.
So you guys are picked up.
Finally.
He's just down.
Things are no longer attacking you.
I'll be the first one to go in this room.
This room to go through.
We got 15
Since
minutes.
I take.
We're gonna keep, because we have 8 people. I like to keep an initiative order when we're out of combat, because it makes things easier than people all screaming 5 different things at me at the same time.
Makes
So
sense.
Tara just went up. Ashley, you're next in the initiative order. So what are you doing?
Get him, big fella.
Go in the room, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So
Hold up, we forgot about the bookcase.
Alright, so
Man,
I
forget
can't
bookcase,
take the man
okay.
armor, right?
it's not your turn.
An enemy came out of
First of all,
there,
he
so
don't take his
I
armor.
suggest not going in there.
And
It was
also,
a
2
ghost.
enemies came out of the room that he's going into.
All right, so you walk into that room. The walls of this bedchamber are covered with drapes of scarlet cloth. The furnishings include a small writing desk, a matching chair, a comfortable-looking bed, and a wooden chest at the foot of the bed.
What in the world, man?
Sorry.
Told you.
So yeah, you see basically what seems to be a bedroom.
Is Imbroski in there?
Go to sleep, sir.
If you like.
Sleep.
I mean, you do see
You Goldilocks.
about 10 feet, like right to the left of the bed, where someone looks like they're running to what looks to be a solid wall to the other side of the bed.
Oh.
Dead with an arrow in his back.
We're parked in the very back by the garbage. You guys are done? Okay. Come out and meet.
That weak.
That was funny.
So, Ashley, that is what you see when you go in there. What are you doing?
Oh, so I'm not the only one with a parent that walked by with a room during D&D. Okay,
Huh?
I feel better now.
Inspecting his body.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
But hers, theirs, she opened the door like,
19.
yeah. Yours is like,
19.
come
This is
on.
an 18.
I got a plus 1
Hit
investigation.
rolls.
Living with my
Bad.
parents.
Just bad.
I was
What'd
rolling
you roll?
investigation
He
check.
rolled
Yeah,
over my
19.
horn.
What?
I mean,
19. So you're kind of searching the body. You don't find really
I only rolled one
anything
time.
of super note. You do find a amulet that is around his neck, and then you do find what looks to be a signet ring on him, and on the signet it has a black spider on it.
Okay, so I'll take those 2 things.
Okay.
The staff.
Write them in your inventory.
Cool.
You got a staff? Nice.
Dang, you could have saved something for me.
All right.
Shut up.
You took the thing off me, right?
Thetis, what would you like to do?
The statue, right? Off
Yep.
me?
Sold it already.
And
You take my gold off me too?
I mean, I got 2 HP, so I don't.
Hold on, what?
You're not in combat. You have a signet ring.
Signet ring.
You have a strange amulet,
Cool.
That's
and you have a quarter staff.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hang that.
All right, so you're just gonna kind of get back. You're taking out some cloth and kind of like wrapping up your wounds and just kind of detoxing from what just happened in that battle. Artix, what are you doing?
You did a lot more than that, boy.
So you're gonna move on up in there, and you see basically the same thing. You see Our Ashland, right now, he's over this body, kind of like searching it and prodding it and looting the body, basically. You do see what looks to be a bed, a small writing desk. On each side of the bed, there's 2 solid walls, and looks to be a small footlocker at the foot of the bed.
So we're just gonna leave like the wizard's body laying there for to like decay.
Right now, he's searching it, so see what you guys do. So what are you doing, Artix?
Bro, you jacked the man.
Yeah, I keep all the stuff on me. Nobody takes the stuff on me.
I just thought about
Make
that.
an
You jacked the man.
investigation
You killed him, then took his stuff.
Well, actually, I did most of the damage.
It's not jugging him if he did.
You did, yeah. So she did.
Kinda is.
So she wants the stuff she can take.
Either way, we in a group. That means
No.
accessory murder. You killed the man and took Jack.
You right.
I should have threw him
I
on
mean,
the floor.
what use is it to him now? He dead, right?
Technically,
Plus,
she brown skin. Yeah.
Okay.
8. So you kind of go over, you pass by Ashland, just kind of as you search the body. You kind of go over and start patting the walls. You don't notice anything. They seem to be stone walls. You look, you listen, you kind of feel around for what might be something, but
I want to go to
there's
sleep.
nothing that you could do. Nothing you could find.
That sounds like a person.
Connor, you're up.
I want to
Can I
take a
get-
nap.
can I
You
get
need
the
to
ghost
rest and get your whole
Huh?
back.
Can I get the ghost
Little
arm?
nigga.
Okay, I need you to. What are you trying to do with this? Like, look at it. Like, what are you trying to like, take it off?
I take it off.
Okay. Make an investigation check on
D20?
this.
D20.
Yep, D20.
Did nothing. 8.
8. So you're looking at that, and you're looking like
Can't get it off.
the
I'm
armor
gonna
looks
rock
to
that
be sealed in places you're not used to. Like you're used to looking at this and taking off like with straps and things of that
Yeah.
nature, but you can't really find. It looks like almost like these things are fused together. And you looking at it, you weren't able to find like where these fuses are, how to dismantle them.
Oh, wow.
You're weird.
One at a time. You right.
No worries.
Aaron, you're up.
Oh,
My feelings hurt.
I'm gonna go to the table
Okay.
and
It's you. It's you.
So you walk over to this table. It's got all these like
Remember that table
oily
we tried
beakers
to
on them. Some you see a bunch of like sealed bottles too with different substances in them, all different colors and arrays.
Dude, stole my portrait magic.
can I take it?
It went
Yeah.
from right here to right here. The guy looked
How many are you taking? What are you
I'm gonna
taking?
drink it actually.
Which one are you drinking? So, looking in front of you, you see there are what look to be 5 sealed bottles.
5 of them.
3 of them have like swirling red and yellow colors in them.
Yep.
One of them has just straight green, and then the last one has like purple and darkish colors that are kind of mixing around.
Stamina.
The green one's stamina. Like
Make an investigation check.
I play too much Dark Souls.
D20.
Stole my
Or if you're playing
11.
Neo, the blue one is like
Yeah.
2.
and the red one is an attack.
Okay, so then you're looking around, like kind of investigating all these, and you open up a drawer, and you see within inside of this drawer, you do see one other potion that's in there as well, one other substance. Now this one, it does seem to have the same, like a reddish orangish to it, but instead of like a swirling, it seems to be more like a crackling that's going on
I don't
inside.
drink that.
So, what are you gonna do with
I'm
that?
gonna corrode your body from the inside out.
Say no right, Chris. You said it was a
I'm
purple
gonna
one?
corrode your
Yes.
body from the inside out.
I'm gonna drink the purple one.
No, you're alive.
Okay.
You can talk.
So you
Sadly.
drink it. Everybody who's in the room, you look, and Aaron has disappeared.
Oh. Hey, I'm invisible.
Don't tell actual Aaron that.
And you all hear, you look, you see Aaron's disappeared, then you all of a sudden hear, hey, I'm invisible. And you're like, where is this coming from? So you're invisible for the next minute. Or until, I mean, not game time minute, like D&D time minute. Or until you attack or do some other large
So
action.
forever.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
Alright, Cannon, you're up. What are you doing?
He took my
This cologne on point.
freaking
There are
ghost.
still other bottles there. He basically just walked up, looked around, opened up a drawer.
Man, I want to drink one now.
I
Man.
didn't
Drink.
open
So you
them.
got 3 that are swirling red and yellow. You have one that's like crackling red and
Did you see
yellow.
what's going on with him?
And you have one that's green.
You thought make a bad, bro. You thought make a bad, bro.
What would you like to do?
It's like some kind of damn potion.
I don't feel like anybody else.
Can I save these bottles?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
you can
I'll
take
save
them.
those.
And you
Why
can,
you hoarding the bottles, cuz?
Y'all want them all to yourself?
and you do know, being a wizard,
I want to get inebriated.
you are skilled in Arcana, which is like looking at and knowing things of magical essences and properties. So, if you would like, you could try to determine what these are based upon using your Arcana knowledge and skills. If you would like to, or you can just take them and put them in your bag.
There we go.
Queer.
I'll use my
You
arcana
thought it
skill
meant,
with
yeah,
it.
see.
Okay, which
Guess
ones
what?
are you looking to
Jamie had-
decipher?
Guess what?
Are
You
you
decipher
happy?
one in
Guess
your
what?
turn.
The one that's cracking.
Bro.
The one that's crackling.
Somebody's talking, but
Roll
I
a
don't see
d20 and add your Arcana skill to it.
I can see those. Little baby black.
They can see me.
No.
No.
Please stop. Leave my hair alone. What is it doing to y'all?
13,
Your hair looking
14.
at me, basically.
So you look at that, and it takes you a while. You're looking at it, you're trying to like feel the
I
magical
hope it
essences
turns into
around it,
stone.
and as you pick it up and you start channeling some minor magic into it, it begins to feel warm in your hand. And you realize that, oh, this is a potion of fire breath. So,
You got a fire breath.
That's lit.
Hot fire.
well, it's not drunk yet.
I
You
literally
realize
spit
that.
that.
So,
You need a
I don't
brush.
know if you're taking it, putting that in your bag or not, but you look around like, hey guys, I figured this out. It's a potion of fire breath. If anybody wants it, here
I'll
you go.
take it.
Invisible person
You
with
should,
fire
give it, you
breath.
should give it to the person who smacks things. You can like, do.
An invisible ninja with
Still
fire
have
breath.
potential.
So I'm
Yeah,
offering it
Think
up.
about the incredible
Give it up.
potential. Give it to
Walk
her.
paper, scissors.
She wanted it.
No.
Yeah, she
You
wants
gotta
it.
give it to her.
Give it to her. Think about it. You can smack.
So, Tara, right in your inventory,
Combo
which is
potential.
this right here.
So,
An
One
invisible
potion of
ninja
fire.
with fire breath. You know how real that is?
Oh, we're not in the room.
All you see is fire.
Silver, what would you like to
yeah,
do?
give it to her. Dragon.
Invisible
That's lit.
fire. You just feel.
Look,
Dark Souls.
You feel your.
Wait, she could do a wheel. Be the Dragonborn. Which
She is Dragonborn.
which one is it?
But then, like, say
I'm
it's
getting-
we're going to
I know
another
that-
room.
I'm
so
getting
it's
It's
called-
open at this point.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
we're gonna
Warframe
go, let's think
flashbacks.
about this, you know.
Okay.
I know the
I
ice.
know
is
that.
like
Why
a
am I on
fire
fire? Why am I on fire?
Oh, so Sylvan, you walk over to that bookcase and you kind of move it around. It's got like on a hinge, so you're able to swirl it around. You kind of swirl back and back through into here. It's basically like a 7x7 room. Within this room, you do see what looked to be a stand where this armor was, and next to it is this small table that has a bunch of different gems and magical things that are all there. And you take it. That some of these may be super valuable, you're not sure. It looks like this is the station where whoever was working was using this area to enchant these armors. So, do you want to look at that table some more? This is what you got there when you went in. Alright, so make an investigation
Well,
check.
she burnt two of the armors. So.
Yep, so
Aaron,
D20, you
chicken
can add your
fluid.
investigation skill.
Aaron and that chicken fluid. Yeah. Oh, you read it. Look.
8.
You gonna keep reading.
So, plus 2, so that's a 10. So, with that investigation skill, you look over on the table and you notice 2 different gems and one what looks to be spherical small ball
What?
that are all lying there.
I don't know why I follow this person. I don't know this person.
What are you doing?
Let me see.
I'm gonna take them.
Okay, so write your inventory, 2 gems and 1
Hey, that's my last
mysterious sphere.
No.
Cuddle.
No, it's Kyle.
People call him that too.
Cuddle.
First sergeant.
Alright, Tara, what are you doing?
so Lieutenant Cuddle.
Can I take the dead body and put it in the bed?
Let's go.
Getting caught tired
Oh,
looking
dead
at it.
body in bed, someone's gonna come by like, oh,
Okay,
he's probably
so
sleeping.
just-
Haha.
So yes,
Oh,
that's
think about
what
it.
I'm asking. Sorry, you just want to
That's
put it
smart.
there. Like, what's the reason?
You know you do
Why
that
is
kind of
Tara
stuff in
doing this?
Skyrim.
Like,
You
just-
kill
just
somebody
'cause?
and they're in like a bed or
Yeah,
something.
they
You just
find
put
the
everybody
body,
in.
I was thinking Deus Ex.
You do that kind of stuff in Skyrim.
I
Is
just
that why?
throw them. I just
Okay,
throw them
cool.
those
So
giant things
that'll
at
matter.
Dead body.
That's why I'm asking. If it's just cause, then it's just cause. But if it's like because you want to do that to like try and deceive somebody or
Yeah.
do something like that, then it'd be something else. All right. So you come up, Terry. You come up and you're just like, "Hey, Ashlyn, can we move this?" And you've already found nothing on there. So you're like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm taking the ring." And so you move it up into the bed. You begin putting the covers and everything up on there.
Oh, she
I need
scares me.
you to make a
You
it's
ever
gonna be
seen
a
her without her
stealth
left-
check.
Without her makeup?
But using your wisdom, so
I went out with
which
it,
is
so-
minus
She's
1,
scared.
That's too much
unfortunately.
makeup.
So roll, and you're not
Alicia.
proficient in stealth. So roll a d20, and you get a minus 1.
Why does she scare you?
Without her makeup?
That's messed up.
So
Wait,
5.
wait, hold on.
So
Let's
you
use
pull it
without
up into this
She doesn't
bed,
hurt.
and you like try and cover it up, and Ashley's kind of helping you a little bit. So you try and cover it up. You're like, all right, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make it look like he's sleeping in case like they come around, they won't think he's dead. But you didn't realize. One, you put him on his stomach and there's still a large arrow sticking out of him, so you put the covers over the arrow that's sticking up, and there's still blood coming out of him, so like there's no stain, you're like, I didn't do a
I've
very
been
good job
encased
of
in
this.
this.
Hold on.
It's a bit of a lie.
But at least
Yeah, because it's like going from looking at.
At least is where you want them. And that's where we're going to end tonight, guys.
8 to 6.
Alright, so that's where we end tonight. You guys defeated Glass Staff. You have
One
looked
of each
and
area.
investigated. Ashton, are you done? Because we're still playing.
Ashland. Y'all look like
What's happening?
Y'all look
Alright.
like y'all related.
Writing tonight. You guys have basically, you killed off Glass Staff. You found some mysterious objects
I
kind
keep
of
it to
in the
myself.
room.
Don't need to.
You put him in bed, hoping to deceive any would-be followers.
Oh wait, I asked everybody what we do with this staff.
Give it to the wizard.
Give it to the invisible person.
Give it to the wizard.
Man, no.
Boy.
I found it, kinda. I
You
looted
can't
it.
use it.
I looted it,
You
That
jacked
might
it.
be
That
a
don't
higher
count.
level
I
staff
looted
that I might need.
and we got 2 wizards, right?
I'm a sorcerer.
It's a staff. So
Give it to one of them.
y'all decide which one gets it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No.
10 and above.
With it battle.
No.
I
10
could
and
go
above.
sell it. Y'all
Zero.
better figure
No,
it out.
0,
Tell me
10,
why I get
10,
like
10,
that. Got the
10 to 20.
Y'all got 10 seconds. I'm gonna sell it. Like,
8.
Oh God.
Let's roll for it.
I'm saying.
Oh, it's up to y'all.
It's
I
up
was
to
just doing
y'all.
something.
Oh.
Y'all got 10 seconds. I'm gonna just decide to sell it.
Man, shoot for it.
7.
Best out of 1.
There we go. Bam.
Yeah, because you got potions that you want to steal.
The right quarter
So,
staff.
you
I
Um,
gave my potions.
Write
hoarder
down
person.
you a
Glass
hoarder.
Staff. There you go.
Pour the potions.
Okay, I took the rest, but I gave the
Yeah,
fire
she
breath to her.
gave
She's
that first
lucky.
And
I'm wearing that ring by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
Keep it
And
up,
right in
one
your
that's bad
inventory, you
enough
took
to
the
go
potions.
to sleep.
Write 3 red and yellow potions, 1 green potion.
Go ahead and check that ring.
Oh,
I'm
I need
wearing
to
the
tell.
amulet in the ring.
Try to have
And
to
that
check both
is
of
the end for tonight. Head back into
I'll
character
do it
sheets,
now.
y'all. Oh, also, BT Dubs, you all will level up. So, I
I said
will,
BT Dubs.
BT Dubs.
Oh man.
I will go ahead and level
Who's
you
got
guys
them up
up in between sessions, and then when we get to the next session, I'll ask you, and we'll go through a little bit of character
Oh, man
gen next
said
session
BT
to
Dubs.
bump up the levels. Hope you all have fun.
Yeah.
2 weeks.